together to talk news, titles, and everything indie. I'm your master of ceremonies, Jill Grote, the Indie Informer. And today, joining the council, we have just a pile of dogs, Janet Garcia.
Woof woof.
Cat in a teacup, Jenny Wyndham.
Meow.
And an indescribable horror, Mike Towndrow.
Don't know the appropriate sound effect for that.
I believe it's
Yeah, some sort of like scream.
yeah. Why didn't Mike get an animal?
I was thinking about a pigeon, but I didn't know if it was too on the nose for 6-1 Indie. But
Also, indescribable horror. Yeah.
yeah. I thought the sicko theme would go very well, and he'd appreciate that. So yeah, lots of animal intros today for no particular reason. Not something else is going on. If you watched the last episode, you might know what the topic of the show is this time. But before we get there, I have junior editor Noodles has come to visit.
Damn,
She's
still
trying to
junior
knock
editor?
home-
Noodles, you gotta negotiate that. You've been there for how many years?
Get that.
Don't let them hang that junior editor title over you. It's just an excuse to pay you less. All right?
She is very dedicated to her job.
Aren't they all?
This is so like a little too real.
Don't
is
be
what
so
I'm saying.
dedicated that you miss out on the check. You know what I mean? Dedication to pay those bills.
Don't get too dedicated. Speaking of, I don't know if that's a good
Oh my gosh,
segue.
I know. Dark segue. Jeez.
Let's talk about indie news. Spry Fox Management has taken a pay cut in order to continue going. So let's go ahead and read that. This is from GamesIndustry.biz. John Hicks, editorial director, who also just started Jenks, I believe, is a part of that crew as well. Is it Jank? I think it's
Jank. Jank.cool.
Jank.cool. Go check
Fantastic
that out.
outlet name.
Yeah.
They're cute.
All about PC games, I think, is their actual, like, what they're about, but mostly is indies. So that's a very cool place. Go check that out. But over at GamesIndustry.biz, the title is Alpha Bear Dev, Spry Fox reveals CEOs and staff have taken pay cuts to finish its biggest game ever after extremely fast spin out from Netflix. And I'm just going to go ahead and read the story. The founders of Spry Fox, the developer behind mobile hits Alpha Bear and Triple Town, have confirmed their exit from Netflix and shared details on the studio's new structure and release plans for their next game, Spirit Crossing, which I'm going to put the link to Spirit Crossing down below because it looks really good. And it came up in I can't remember what showcase it was in last year, but as soon as I saw it, I'm like, yep, this is going on the wish list. Anyway, back to the story. It was revealed last month by GameFile that the studio was being divested by Netflix. It's a nice way to put it. Which had acquired it in 2022 as part of the streaming giant's changing games focus. The company previously shut down its nascent AAA studio and canceled a number of titles being developed by external studios. Spry Fox founder David Edery today announced via a post on the company's website that it had exited Netflix and currently had nearly 50 people working on its biggest title ever, cozy multiplayer life sim Spirit Crossing. The team is mostly full-time, some as part-time contractors or co-developers through partner studios, and Edery characterized it as being small for the scale of the game, saying that the comparable titles would require twice or 4 times the headcount. To make this work, we're also making real sacrifices, he wrote. All of us are taking large pay cuts. He said he and co-founder Dan Cook had reduced our salaries to $20,000 per year, and we've spent our own cash to buy the studio back. And we're taking all the equity in the new company and giving the majority of it to the rest of the studio's employees. In a world where executives tend to make 10 times the salaries that employees do and have 100 times the equity, we want Spry Fox to be an example of something fairer and hopefully much better. More than ever, we are all in this together. He described the exit from Netflix as extremely fast, with only 3 months between maybe we should explore this to we're independent again. To put this in perspective, a spin out of this magnitude would typically take 6 to 9 months. So we've been sprinting to disentangle ourselves, and it's been a lot of work. I'm going to leave the rest of the article. You should go check it out. I'm going to link it down below. But how do y'all feel about this?
There's a lot going on here. I
There's
mean,
a lot happening.
I think one, starting with like the Netflix games of it all, it, this article doesn't get into what created this split from Netflix. Like, it seems like it maybe was to some degree of their own accord, since they talked about like exploring it to like going there. That implies that they had some like ownership over that decision, which is great. But I'm guessing that was done because something about what was going on at Netflix was not ideal. Like, you don't leave things just to leave them unless like some weird life circumstance happens, even on a small scale with like, job to job. If you leave a job and it's not because of some move or some like dream opportunity, it's because something there was like not satisfactory and it made you seek other things. So this definitely, with a lot of these larger companies sort of investing in mobile and oftentimes indie, it's been rough because I think there's been a lot of good ideas there, but it seems so often that like the pitch is always at first, you look at Apple Arcade, look at Netflix, is like, we're going to make really cool stuff that's like new, cool, and exciting. And then we're going to partner with people that we already know make cool stuff and add our name to the cool stuff they're making. Mm-hmm. And now it's, we don't got a lot of people kind of left type situation, which, I think it speaks to a couple things. One, it's difficult to be in games. And I think over and over again, companies are finding that out. And two, I think, unfortunately, I don't know how strongly they were committed to the idea of being in games versus the idea of spinning up a sub business. And that kind of, it's a bummer to see Netflix games maybe start to skew that way. With the other recent news, like around Netflix games, and how those projects have been going, because they've made some really cool stuff. And then the other aspect is it's great to see the heads of the company, like the bosses, be the ones to take this hit. Like $20K is a very small salary to live on in most cities in the US. I don't know offhand where they're based, but that's not a lot of money in general. So I'm hopeful that things are okay for the workers, because I guess I also have a concern there where like even just them talking about normally a game like this is like 3 to 4 times the amount of people, and it's like it definitely makes me nervous for the working conditions, how much the employees are making, how good the game's going to be as a result. Like, I think there's a lot of, unfortunately, I can't read this and just think this is good news. Like, I'm concerned for, I think, the studio, the project, and Netflix games. But did anyone have a less bleak reading of the situation?
Jenny's shaking your head up there.
Yeah, unfortunately not. I'm pretty in step with what Janet's saying. I think Netflix's strategy has, like, they have never been able to create a clear identity for themselves within the gaming space. And I think we're seeing that. It's been like 6 years maybe at this point, where every time they have tried something new, which is admirable, they have either shut down or divested from or found ways to downsize the teams that they've partnered with. And so I think we're seeing just the continuation of that happening here. I am happy that the team has ownership over their IP and that they can continue the development. I think there are a lot of cases that maybe don't even get talked about because legally people can't talk about them, but I know of more than a handful of examples where something like this happens, where a company tries to divest from the company that owns them, and they don't get to control the IP. They don't get to continue working on the game that they've already spent a good chunk of their lives working on. So it is heartening to see that in this case, they were able to retain that ownership and continue and like make sure that this game does come out. But yeah, I'm really curious to hear more about what's going on with the team as a whole. And what their plans are, like if this is kind of the success is hinging on their company, like kind of maintaining itself, because if they're doing all of these down cuts to make sure Spirit Crossing gets out the door, my plan, like as a producer, I'm thinking, what are they working on next? Like what's happening at the studio to try and make sure it's sustainable beyond just getting this game out? But I'm really hoping that it does well. I've played because on mobile you can access the beta, and I really hate playing on my phone these kind of games, but I've dabbled with it and it is looking really promising. I find it very exciting that this is sort of a cozy MMO that's like not using chat gpt or generative ai, because a lot of them do have that now, and so I'm really gunning for the success of this game because I think they have their minds and hearts in the right place, and I just hope that the environment is around for them to find success.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of with both of you on that. With like the least bleak take I have is like it's not as bleak as other examples we've seen, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So like there are definitely situations like this where the company divests and the executive team gets to keep their salary, but they lay off all of the staff
Hmm.
and they go to hire or they outsource or whatever it is they have to do to able to keep what they're doing. So I think it's a good thing to see. It is heartening to see a C-suite that's like, hey, we're gonna literally cut down because yeah, 20,000 to purposefully cut your own salary to 20,000 a year is wild. And so I really want to believe that that came out of good place and everybody feels like they're all in this together. But yeah, being in an ecosystem like the indie space kind of is right now, and being afraid to lose your job and not being sure that your game is going to get funding of any kind, like it's a scary place and it's a scary place to be. And if they're cut, yeah, like Janet said, if they're cutting down to that low, like how are the other kind of rank and file workers kind of getting paid? But like I don't know. I want to be optimistic here. I want to be optimistic and think like it's just going to take them more time. I wonder if this is it says that this game is set to come out in 2026. Whether that happens, we'll see, cuz this sort of turbulence inside of a studio while development is going on usually means a kind of delay of some sort. But you know, Spirit Crossing looks like a lot of fun and it looks like a really interesting game, and I definitely want to see it happen. It's also, it sounds kind of um, like it might fit the category of our third place, like indie bingo. So I want it to come out in 2026 for that selfish reason as well, so that we can cross that off. Because yeah, this is the kind of experience I want to see in the world, you know?
Yeah. Just to add, obviously I agree with everybody. But just to add, they are based in Seattle, so 20K a year doesn't go too far in
Far there at
Seattle.
It's
all, yeah.
nothing in
Yeah,
Yeah, that's bad in Seattle.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mind you, that's
You know,
before taxes also. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like to be on the more optimistic side. I'm glad they got their independence back. Glad they're controlling the IP. I think this is the kind of game, if it finds its audience, could really pay off in the end. So we'll see.
Yeah. It is a
They're a
really
talented crew.
interesting,
So
talented group, yes. Cozy Grove, I'm surprised wasn't one of the games called out in the article as being one of Spry Fox's
yeah,
big
right.
games. But that's really one of my favorite Spry Fox created games.
Yeah.
And I actually spoke with them last
Two
Summer Game
SGFs
Fest,
ago.
maybe? Sorry?
yeah,
I
when
think it was,
Netflix had that hut, it was 2 years
Yeah.
ago.
yeah,
They had
they had
that
like the
nice
little
little hut.
greenhouse.
I don't. I feel like that we're not gonna see that hut again. I don't
Yeah,
think.
that
No.
hut's going away.
Yeah, like I'm so
No.
curious what Netflix games ends up looking like whether it's the end of this year, early next year, because they are just constantly fumbling the bag. And like, sure, Netflix is on phones and like it has a killer library of licensed games on. Not, sorry, let me rephrase. Games that are ported to Netflix that are accessible to all Netflix users, but nobody knows they have access to that library and nobody knows
Yeah.
how to access the library.
Yeah.
And that is such a big fumble. I don't understand why there's not a separate Netflix games app
Yeah. Same. Yeah, it's
or a way
really
to play the games on the TV. You only play them on mobile.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's definitely one of the big problems with it. It's like so hidden. Not to mention, yeah, it's a rough spot. And then I think from a player standpoint too, it is that thing where like the games feel sort of like the games that you do like end up feeling trapped on the service a lot of times. Like I'm still
Yeah.
Point P, free my boy Point P. You know,
Point B.
I've been waiting for him to come out of his cage for a long time, and like I don't know if you'll be able to play that game other than on via Netflix, which like I get is kind of also the point, but
Yeah.
for then that to not feel like a super great user experience is like definitely a bummer. So
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
And
to even like, I'm trying to find like even I'm on the Netflix mobile app, and it is so hard to find the games on here.
yeah,
But I mean, like even outside of Netflix exclusives, like you could play Red Dead on Netflix. You could play Terra Nil, Moonlighter, World of Goo, Spiritfarer. Like there's some like paper trail. There's some banger indie stuff. Not that saying Red Dead is indie, but there's some banger
That
stuff
little
on
indie, yeah.
Netflix. Immortality, but like they just hide it.
Right. No, I think it's exactly what Janet was saying when we first started this. Like, companies that are not particularly game focused trying to come in because they see, oh, look how big video games are, and we'll
Yeah.
just make this a part of our thing, and it's not going to be a big deal without knowing how the ecosystem works, how anything advertising works, how to get people onto your platforms, how to make connections in this space. Like just thinking, oh, it's going to be something really easy that we throw on, and I think it shows something of the attitude they have about games as well, which makes it less easy for me to go on and think that this is a good thing because it kind of feels like they don't have, like, it's kind of a condescending feeling to go onto Netflix, and because it's like they y'all don't care, why should I care, you know? So,
One
and there
thing
was just
that I worry about or think about for Netflix at least, because especially at the start they had a, and I think they still are continuing this. They have a lot of the IP driven games like Stranger Things games, Love is Blind, like sort of titles. Um, and I know their strategy with their like TV show, movie content is leaning now much more towards the reality TV, the very easy to formulate, reproduce, and like kind of mash through. And especially with a game like what we have here, where it's so bespoke, like you have an MMO, but this is like a very curated world, super like curated and bespoke experiences. If it's not already made, like it's still being in development, Spirit Crossing. I wonder if for them they're realizing like these type of highly bespoke, very specific big experiences are too much for them, and they're going to pivot more towards like um I don't want to say like friends, like party games, multiplayer stuff that's like smaller, quicker, easier for like families and kids, because all of these games are also very family kid oriented. They're not necessarily like, I would say the Spirit Fairs and the Spirit Crossings, the Oxenfrees are more the exception rather than the rule on this platform.
yeah.
Yeah.
and just an MMO in general is made better by the amount of people playing. And when you are exclusive to a very small platform, it kind of necessitates the game being less popular and therefore not working out as well. So it may be in the end that this is better for Spirit Crossing to be spun out of Netflix and be able to like hit every platform that it wants. But yeah, to have to deal with this mid development is a challenge.
Makes me very nervous for night school. I'm like constantly on edge for night school.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. We'll keep an eye out for it in the future. But I think that's the end of indie news. We're gonna head over to topic of the show, and it's gonna be a fun one, y'all. We're gonna build an indie zoo. We talked a we talked a little bit about this last time, where we got a little heated about what animal protagonists were going to be big this year. And we realized that we just have a lot of really good indie games that are animal led. So, we're going to build together a zoo. We're going to work together, but I'm going to throw in some competition as much as possible. We're creating a zoo based on the best indie games that we can think of that involve different animals. I went around and looked at zoo architecture. That's not the word. The way that they're put together to kind of give us a little bit of structure. So I've got 5 categories to fill with different animal types so that we can build the best zoo ever. Categories are from the San Francisco Zoo. Thank you so much, San Francisco Zoo. And they include amphibians/fish, birds, invertebrates, mammals, and reptiles. And y'all, when I'm trying to think of a reptile and I just keep thinking of amphibians, it's not easy.
Yeah, I actually just Googled the difference.
I spent a lot of time Googling them, yeah. What is
Like,
the
I don't
difference?
think
I don't know.
Now that
One's
you have it up.
squishy.
Yeah, so the Shed Aquarium website
I
says
love it.
Shout out to Shed. I love
one
Shed.
major difference is reptiles have scales and their skin is dry. Amphibians do not, and their skin is often moist with mucus.
They're
It's like
squishy.
frogs.
That's
are
what I said.
amphibians. Yeah.
I actually was correct. Also, I want to give a shout out to our favorite horse blog, and I've forgotten what the name of it is.
The
but
main quest.
The
it came up
Main
during work
Quest.
this week.
Quest.
Nice.
I love it. So, Main Quest, we see you. We appreciate you in this one. Who wants to jump in?
Side
We-
fact, I'm like just reading. I'm in this article now.
Go for
I'm
it.
just like,
She's
this is
into it.
fascinating. I'm like, most amphibians also undergo metamorphosis,
Okay.
which I think
Okay.
is like so
Like
very animorphs
tadpole.
of them. Yeah.
Tadpole situation.
Yeah, very cool. So just wanted to shout that out. Go amphibians.
Nice. All right. For amphibians, I got frogs.
Okay.
It's kind of the most obvious amphibian. Yeah, we bought
Okay.
a zoo. Yeah, could someone edit us over Matt Damon and Scarlett
Yeah,
Johansson's face?
please.
Okay, but here's
Yeah.
the thing. You can't just say frog. We need an actual frog.
I got games.
Okay.
I got games.
Okay.
Your quick to dismiss. Don't be so
I
quick
was
to
just
dismiss.
saying. It's
Okay.
like I get we got frogs.
Should I
but
just throw some games on the pile, or do you want me to go one by one, or how you want me to do this?
let's
Okay.
start with amphibian
And
games.
frogs.
Yeah.
The first. Okay, so I have all my amphibians are frogs. Boy, they're all frogs right now. I
Yeah.
haven't been able to
Also,
find anything else.
anybody watching, I want to be sure you understand. I don't know. I have put this in here. I put it in here. I didn't just think it. So it's in the doc. We're going to talk about frogs. Frogs are a big thing in the indie space. But for our zoo, we only have one type of animal per
Right.
category. So when
Like
we
the
pick a
arc.
frog, we're going to have to pick a frog.
Yeah.
So I've got a frog animal game ready to go. I'm sure everyone else does. So that's where the competition comes in.
Yeah.
We're going to have to pick the best indie frog.
Right. Okay. So I'll kick it off. I got a couple frogs. I just put in the list to brainstorm. First frog I think of when I think of frogs in indie games is Frogun, which I guess
Okay.
the gun. I don't know if you count that as a character because it's more of a girl
Yeah.
holding a gun. So I'm gonna put a question mark by Frogun. Next up, we got Froggy's Battle. This is a title from I think 2 years ago at this point. Dope game. You go in a circle. It's like I forgot if it's Rogue exactly, but you go in a circle. You're skateboarding. You got a little sword, and you're sort of like, to a degree, auto battling. It's super fun. It's incredibly short, incredibly cheap. I got sick and just started gaming, and this was what healed me. So check that out. I also thought of Valley Peaks, which is a I think this is either from 1 or 2 years ago. It's the climbing game, first person, and it's like you're extending your limbs and just climbing up sort of mountaintops like throughout like an area, and you are a frog. And the final one, recency bias, big hops. We talked about this last episode. At the time, me and Mike, I think, were the other ones who had played it. Platformer, you use your tongue to do a lot of the gameplay of like grabbing things or logging things or grappling onto things. It's a tongue former. I don't know what kind of cutesy names we want to do for these games. Those were like the first batch of frogs that came to mind.
Yeah.
Jill, you got other frogs in your pocket.
As far
What's
as
going on?
As far as the tongue-roidvanias go, well, shop work that name. I wanted to shout out a game that's not out yet, but Croak, because that's another of
slaps.
those.
Oh my god, that's gonna be so good.
That's
But yeah,
so good. But I can't.
I
use
guess
it
we
yet
can't
'cause
put.
we can't
Yeah,
know.
we don't know if it's
But
good. The demo
the-
was great.
The demo's absolutely great, and I'm still
Yeah.
keeping an eye on it. The big frog game for me is going to be Frog Detective.
Frog Detective.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So that's going to be like, we're going to have to kill so many frogs in this. No animals were harmed in the making of the Indie Zoo. But
This is like the most iconic frog.
Yeah,
An
I
early
think
lead
Frog
for Frog
Detective is
Detective.
maybe the most iconic.
Yeah.
Two others that came to mind for me was Frog Song, which was a really sweet little
yeah.
like
Yeah.
fantasy frog world, and then Teacup, which was about a
Yes.
frog who was making a little tea party, little adventure game, very cute. But yeah, Frog Detective was my number one amphibian, actually.
I only have one differing frog. It's a frog that's not out, but demo rocks. Ollie Frog Toad Skater.
Oh, yeah.
Banger frog. But happy to disqualify. Since,
It's the same
he's
creator
not
behind
available.
Froggy's Battle, right?
I don't think so.
They just look similar to me for some reason.
Yeah, I
I'll
think
look
so.
it up. Froggy's Battle is made by Doot. Published by Doot
Oh, Doot.
Tiny Games, who clearly just needed another LLC, which I haven't checked
Right.
out of that. God, that game's good. Sorry, Mike, what's yours so I can mark it for my own personal use?
Ollie Frog Toad Skater.
Ollie Frog. Cool.
Banger.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, Frog Detective is
It's got to
the
be Frog
frog.
Detective.
It's gotta be
which,
Frog.
which embarrassingly, I've never played Frog Detective.
Oh, y'all.
Same.
Go through
It's very
it. It's
silly
very
and fun.
silly. Oh, Mike, that's
I know.
upsetting. That's a
I know.
really you game. So next time
I've
on.
owned the series for like years and years.
Oh, I
And
have it
years.
already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have
like-
it.
Nice.
A member of your Steam family already owns this game. So
you
Isaiah,
go.
a man of culture, has Frog Detective. So, all right.
Man of the Frogs.
Now there's nothing stopping me but me, but I am my worst enemy. So it's gonna be a
real,
long
too
time
real.
until yeah.
I also
Unfortunately, that
personally
means I
feel
will never get to
safer-
it. But
Yeah, I feel safer having a detective at the zoo. So
Yeah. In case murders
always
happen
good.
or someone.
now he's the
steals
most
someone's
human
hat.
of a lot of these. Actually, a lot of them are humanized.
Human
I
out.
suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's unfortunate for them.
Frog, easy, done. We're done with indie frogs. We've crowned Frog Detective, top frog, going in our zoo. As for other amphibians, Mike, did you have something?
I didn't prep anything.
Okay.
This- I'm
I
going
thought
off
you
the
were
cuff.
like, I want to throw
Sorry,
mine in
I thought we
there.
were going birds. I thought we were going birds next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I didn't have any
I got a
other.
bird in the chamber.
Is, the axolotl.
Axolotl is 100% together.
yeah.
Axolotl
Yeah.
together
Yeah.
is 100% what I had on my list because it's so
Mm-hmm.
silly. It's spelled AK Xolotl because what you're doing is you are going around in a sort of rogue-like dungeon crawler collecting fellow axolotls by shooting things with like AK-47s. It's really, really funny. It's PlayStack published. And I don't think it got as much love as it deserved because it was a lot of fun to play as well as a very funny game to play.
It was like low key kind of hard.
It was
Like I remember
easy,
demoing
yeah.
this
Yeah.
and being like, I don't really got the sauce to be sitting in this chair. I would have. The way I went about doing this was I just went through my Steam library and just started like pulling the animals out. And the only animal I really had was for amphibians was frog. But the axolotl's a good cut.
Axolotl there. 'Cause I think we need to. I want to see axolotls become like the next big thing, but I feel like there are too many people afraid to say the name of the creature out loud. So
I'm trying to
normalize saying
blame-
axolotl.
The salamander game. Oh my gosh, I am blanking on the name, and I know we've like talked about it.
Gecko
plenty
God.
times. Gecko God. It's not out yet. but
I
that-
know.
yeah.
I was
So
on my
close.
list and I'm like, it's not out, so I can't count it. I also put fish in this category as well.
Right.
So go ahead and think about that while we head over to birds for Mike
The
because
problem
I
with
know
fish,
he's got.
though, is it's usually you're fishing. You're
Yeah.
not playing as a fish. So
Okay, I got one though, and it's not like a nice game.
playing like a shark.
What
Yeah.
is it?
It's
Oh,
technically
is it
not
that
a
shark
fish, but
open
It's
world
man
thing?
eaters.
Yeah,
Man-eater,
man-eater,
yeah.
Man eater. Yeah.
Man eaters, so silly. It is an
Can we
overdose.
count like because I'm like the weirdo creepy fish and dredge are great. But
I
you're
know,
not
but-
playing as them.
You're not playing
Yeah,
as the
you don't
fish.
play
I
as
mean,
them.
I admit,
Damn.
well, we can make an argument that the creepy fish and dredge will just go over and fish up. We can make that a part of our experience.
I guess to make it more, because then we could pull in like any game that had any animal ever, which is so much. So I do think we should. I'll put a boundary on myself, even though I want to have the creepy fish, and say we should be able to play whatever animal we're talking about.
Okay, okay. This is going to be a heck of a zoo, everybody.
I am fish. There you go.
I am
I am
fish.
fish. Show it to us, Mike. What
my
kind of
God.
weird,
That
creepy?
physics-based. You don't remember I am fish?
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this one.
I'm working on it.
I need you to show me I am fish.
Yeah, the
Oh,
titular
look at his
game
little
where you play
face.
as a fish.
You play as a fish.
There you go.
Look at his little bowl.
You're a goldfish.
That's
I
actually
am
very
fish.
cute. It looks
Very
so
good.
Pixar, like animated, very adorable.
We're all just kind of watching I Am Fish. Sorry, everybody. This is what we're doing now. Dive into a wild world. Oh, do you
I
get
think
to
we
play as
can-
all of the different kind of fish? Oh, you flying?
I think, yeah, you maybe go through being different fish. I'm just gonna write fish and then I am fish, even though I think again, Frog Detective's gonna clean up this category. I mean, if we want a fish,
Right.
yeah,
the fish
we
from
need
I Am
a
Fish could make it.
It's
Okay.
not like we can only have one animal in the category.
It's
but
a boring zoo if you have one animal per category.
Just
People
one
gotta get their money worth.
one frog.
It's a very curated zoo.
Yeah.
Heavily curated. zoo.
Very, very exclusive.
Oh, I think there is what's that indie game? Is it indie even? The one where you play like don't you play as a snake? It's like came out on the Switch. What game am I thinking
Oh,
of?
the launch title?
Yes.
Oh man, what's that
It has
game
snake
called?
like in the name.
Snake Pass. Right?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
man,
that's
I
what
don't
it
think
is.
I
Yep.
remember that at all.
Yeah. The snake from Snake Pass. That's indie, right? Am I tripping on that?
Oh, I'll
made it.
allow it.
Sumo Digital developed it? No, they're owned by somebody, yeah?
Sumo's the little Big Planet folks, aren't they?
They're one of the Little Big Planet
They're
folks.
One, yeah.
Yeah. I think they're owned by somebody. This is the problem with
so.
when you do an indie podcast. Did you start Googling who owns Sumo Digital?
Who's doing
Who owns
what?
who?
Well,
Yeah, this might be one we just come back to while I look into the Snake
Okay.
Pass situation.
so I'm looking at the snake, right? And I happen to I know the rhyme.
I think they're owned
for
by
the
Tencent.
for the poison snake. So it's red on yellow, kills a fellow. So this is a deadly snake that we're looking at. This
Oh.
is a very poisonous. I think a king snake is what the deadly one is. I forget what the
Dang.
non-deadly one is. I know my rhymes of deadly things. So like
That's good to know. Unfortunately, not indie. Just has like a whimsical little vibe. Yeah, they're owned by Tencent, but who isn't? You know what I mean? Like,
eh,
Who isn't?
who is
yeah,
it?
I guess I think they were acquired like maybe 4 years ago, and this came out like more than 4 years ago. So that's just on math. So
There we go. That bird better run. Freaking king snake coming to get it.
all right, we hitting up these birds then.
Yeah, let's go for birds, everybody. How are we feeling? What are we thinking about birds? I know, Mike, you've got birds on the brain, so
If I'm gonna get denied Ollie Frog Toad Skater,
okay.
got put Skatebird. The
Skatebird.
various skatebirds.
Skatebird's
Great.
a good
In the
one.
zoo.
Skatebird's a great one.
We need some thrills in the zoo. We need some X factor. You know, need some sick kick flips.
Do you know the type of
I
bird?
see-
Is it a cardinal?
Just various.
a songbird
really
of some
sick
sort.
birds.
Little
Rad
songbirds.
birds.
I see the skatebird, but I also would love to pitch one untitled goose game.
Goose game. Yep.
Oh my
Those
gosh,
are two
no
very
argument.
different types of birds. We can have both of those, I think.
Counter argument: geese are assholes. Do we want them?
Yeah,
in the
that's
zoo?
That's
yes.
that's why we need the detective. We need the detective
That's
to
true.
figure out
That's
what
true.
the untitled goose is doing.
I feel like they'd be there for like there's always like a farm section of the zoo, and that's where the goose would be.
Yeah, that's
a good
the
one.
petting zoo section where you have your
I'm
asshole
embarrassed that I
goose.
didn't think of that one because it's like the obvious one. I have
Yeah.
a couple as well. I got a short hike.
Of course,
Yep.
Claire.
Of course.
I don't know what kind of bird. I don't know if skatebird and Claire are the same.
Bluebird.
It's a bluebird. As
Yeah.
far as I'm concerned, those are two different types, blue and red. There we go.
I got flock. You
Yep.
could forget.
Oh,
Birds
yeah.
and feathers
Yeah.
flock together.
can
They're
flock.
kind of, they're a little non-biblical. I guess like they're not regular birds, but
Sorry,
they're,
do you
they're
mean
birds.
biblically accurate birds?
Yeah, they're not biblically accurate birds, but they kind of have like a vibe. I got
No, she means they're
windswept,
atheist by and large.
Ah, yeah.
but just like half of windswept because it has a duck and a
Yeah.
turtle. The turtle's coming up later. Spoilers for the reptiles. Duck detective.
Duck detective, great. We need more
Do we have-
detectives.
Do we have 2 detectives in this?
Could we do a team up? That would be the best buddy cop show ever.
Why not? I don't see why not.
Let's do it.
We got, even though actually I was just looking for games that like I knew, not games that I liked. No offense to Just Crow Things, but it wasn't my vibe. Just Crow Things. I put
Just
that
crow
in there.
things. I like
You
that.
play
I
crow.
like that.
It's like an untitled use game if it had a crow, and it wasn't as good. And I got Songbird Symphony as my last one, which I wasn't in love with, but the idea was like a really good vibe. You kind of adventure around as a songbird, and you have these like moments where you play songs, and the animation work is like very cute because like
Yeah.
the birds get fat. Good fat animal.
Good fat animal.
You can make them all round. Big friendship friend.
Yeah. Super bouncy. I very distinctly remember like the bounciness
Yes.
of the animation. Oh, so good.
They're just little chonkers. So I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
even need it to be that good because they're so nice to look at. Very pleasing.
Yeah. I wanted to add Kiwi in there.
Nice.
Kiwi. That was a
Oh.
Kiwi co-op game about birds working in a post office, which is
I love that
cute.
game.
Yeah.
Gosh. We have to have some sort of like ostrich or emu sort of game, but I can't think of any. 'Cause, like, we got to have tall bird.
Is there a Sesame Street video game?
Do you have is
Get Big Bird in there.
happy
Just kidding.
what was it? Happy Neighborhood or something? Do they have a
Oh, My Friendly
Messed up.
Neighborhood.
do they have a
There is
messed
a-
up Big Bird?
I mean, you don't play as it, but there is there is a Big Bird equivalent in that game. Yeah. It's horrifying.
Okay.
It's terrifying.
Then that's
I was going to throw out, but unfortunately, you don't play as a bird. You play as the only human student at this school had a full boyfriend. Where
Oh,
you date
had
the
a-
pigeons.
That's funny. Yeah. Death's Door is another one.
Oh my God, such a good
Oh
one.
yeah, freaking A. This is totally a bird. What? That's like a crow though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think it's like
Oh
a-
that's
yeah.
gonna
I guess it
be-
wouldn't be in a zoo.
Yeah.
no. It's 100%
There's
going
no
to be in a
rules.
zoo. That's
We
fine.
allow crows.
I'm just saying we can't
No one's
do
gonna
just
come
crow
to this
things.
zoo
We would have
if it
to.
has crows in it.
If we're allowing geese in the zoo, we can allow a crow.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like a goose is for like the farm part of the zoo. Mm-hmm. What's the crow for? Like the what if we have like an urban animal section,
prison.
and then the crow would be in there.
It's gonna be
The people that
aviary.
frog detective detain.
Okay. So I know we're getting really detective heavy, but I know there's a chicken detective.
A
Oh, yeah,
chicken
chicken
detective.
police.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
That's that
Oh
like
my God,
black and
yeah.
white like noir one, right?
Yeah.
Mhm. Our edgy chicken.
Was his game called just Chicken Detective?
It's
or what was-
called Chicken Police, and then I think
Right.
the latest one is Paint It Red.
First one, Painted Red. Latest one, Into the Hive.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I
Do you have
think
any
the
more
latest
birds
one you
to-
can change back and forth to like color and black and white as well, which is a kind of
Interesting.
cool thing to see. And I played it. It was a lot of fun. I had a good time with it. The Wild Gentlemen do a lot of animal related things, I think.
Yeah, they got that one coming out with
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Okay.
Is this just animal detectives at this point? Come on now.
I'm also scrolling through my Steam library just to make sure. Bread and Fred. Are
Brad
penguins
and
are
Fred.
birds?
Penguins are birds.
Penguins
are birds,
confirmed.
100%.
I think they lay eggs.
They lay eggs. They're birds.
Damn, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I put them under mammals because I didn't know what I was talking about. I was like, yeah, I love Bread and Fred. I really want to finish it, but I gotta find someone to finish it with because Isaiah wasn't interested. Couldn't get the timing right, I guess. So, but I'm waiting for it to. It's coming to. It's already on Switch. It launched on PC and it's coming to PS5 allegedly this year, or at least like soon.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Yeah. Super cool, like co-op platformer. Really fun.
Technically, for anyone who would like to play it, you can play alone, and instead of having another penguin buddy, you have like a rock that
It's just a
you're
rock.
attached to, which is so funny.
I think The Rock has a name too, doesn't he?
I think so, and it has a face.
But actually,
Yeah.
that makes sense with like, because penguins will like give pebbles to their
Mhm.
wannabe mates. So like that makes sense in the lore, in the canon of
That they'd be
penguin,
hanging out with.
that they'd have a rock. I
Yeah, I
feel
don't
like
see.
our bird section is really like that's
Yeah,
what
there are
people
quite
are
a
coming
few
Our
for.
bird
aviary.
We're feeling really
games.
good. Our
Yeah.
aviary is going to be an amazing space.
Mhm.
I just really want a big bird.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
we could
trying
put
to
the
think.
friendly neighborhood bird in there if you want.
I'll keep thinking about it.
We still gotta find them.
Just throw up a picture of it to look at everybody. Okay. I'm feeling good on birds, and we can go back if we need to. But our next category here is invertebrates. Anybody feeling real good about their invertebrate list?
Sorry, I'm
Goobies.
interrupting with Pearl the bird.
Ew. Ugh. I hate this. It's got.
Also, I don't think the rock has a name in Bread and Fred. I looked into it.
Oh
I didn't
no,
see
it's
anything.
so
Aw.
big. Look at
Yeah, it's a
it.
big
Does
bird.
it have a face, or did I imagine the face? I feel like I saw a face on it.
I think there is
Yeah.
a face on it. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like little dots and a line. I
Yeah.
think.
Y'all, look at this bird. Can we? Okay, let's put Pearl in there, but it's like one of those situations where you have to have a like caution, children are not permitted, we are
Like
not
in a
held
backroom
liable
situation. Yeah.
for anything.
Yeah.
But you don't play as this character though, yeah.
No. No.
Oh well, but that our
Mm.
rule.
Okay,
Yeah, sorry.
sorry,
Yeah.
Mike.
Sorry,
For
Mike.
for invertebrate, does Octodad count? Because you're an
100%,
octopus playing
yeah.
a dad. Am I remembering that? It's such an old game at this point.
Yeah.
Octodad would be one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to get into the question about whether or not that's in the fish category or not. I'm going to call it invertebrate. That's such new. Doesn't have a vertebrate. It's
Yeah,
This-
is an octopus an invertebrate? Are you using that, Janet?
Yeah, I'm looking that up.
Okay, thank
I'm
you.
pretty sure
I'm
it
like,
doesn't. I what a
my-
thing
They,
I
they
know.
are invertebrates. Yeah.
Another crab's treasure, krill.
Is a crab an invertebrate?
Is
Yeah.
a crab is an invertebrate
Okay.
because they don't have a vertebrate.
How do you
in
know
them.
that though? Are you looking inside
It's an
that?
exoskeleton.
Like
be
I don't know
looking.
these off the top of my head. I had to Google like every single one, and I still thought a penguin was a mammal. So you know.
Oh, we didn't get into gaming media because we're good at animals. Another one. This is going to be your bug section, everybody. So if you've got bugs, this is it. I am shouting out Yoku's Island Express,
That's a good
who
one.
is a dung beetle.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I wanted to shout out Bug Fable. Is that what it was called?
Yeah, Bug Fable.
Yeah, Bug Fables or Bug Fables: The Everlasting Spring. Very, very good bug, Paper Mario style RPG.
Nice.
Yeah.
What kind of bugs?
All kinds. I think your
Okay,
party is
okay.
made up of like a beetle and a bee and like I think maybe a moth. It's been a minute since so lots of different bugs and they're in your parties and you're playing them.
I love it.
Does the
Yeah.
goo in Goobies count?
Yeah.
As an invertebrate,
100%.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, it has no
Okay.
spine.
Definitely.
Oh, so then also maybe the goo from World of Goo. That was at least indie when
Ooh,
it came
yeah.
out, right?
All out.
We're just I mean, they're living and they have no spines. So yeah, sure.
Here, for the scientifically challenged, there's a reference sheet for you.
Oh, smart.
There we go. I don't need to see what I'm seeing on my screen right now, though, with the 8 legs. No, I'm just.
My
I'm
apologies.
I'm just looking away. I'm just looking away.
What about that one? There you go.
Okay, that feels a little better.
Spider heck. Give me a spider with lightsabers and
Ooh,
doing cool flips.
burn it with fire might be no.
But
'Cause
did you play as the guy
as
Well,
burning,
you're not-
right? Yeah. Yeah, you're the enemy there.
Yeah. There has to be a game where you play as a
There's also-
butterfly. And I
What's
can't
the
think
spider
of-
game where you're
Oh,
like
the little
doing
spider.
webbed?
Oh,
Webbed.
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 That's
Webbed is great.
I love web. That's like the only spider I ever will accept in my house. Is the webbed spider.
Yeah, pretty cute.
Also,
Just crab from Crab Champions. Shout out to crab with the Rave crab.
Sure.
Iconic.
but we can't do crab and the crab from Another Crab's Treasure.
Technically,
Yeah,
you
but I
do
feel like we're
hermit
still, like, in
crab
the-
and separate crab. Normal
Yeah,
crab.
I mean,
Hermit
I'm
crab
just writing all these
and
down.
normal crab? What is that?
The hermit crabs and normal crabs are two different crabs.
I get what you're saying. It just
Right.
sounds really, really funny. Hermit crab, normal crab, scientific. Hollow Knight has to be in here, right? Just bug.
Oh yeah.
oh, what is he?
And Hornet.
So I looked it up, and it's a amalgamation of several different types of, like a beetle.
Okay.
conglomerate.
I guess if we're accepting the Goobies goo, I'm okay accepting Hornet
Yeah.
and the Hollow Knight.
Is it? What's his
Characters?
actual name though? We've been over this. He's just the knight, right?
Is it
Ghost,
just the
right?
Knight? Or Ghost? I don't know. Hold on. let me Google.
He's the Hollow Knight.
It's the Knight of Hollow Knight.
Does not have an official in-game name.
That's so
Commonly
sad.
used. I know.
Nobody cared about him.
But most often players call it the Knight.
Okay. That's fair. I mean, they are bugs, and I think part of what's also interesting about that world is that you forget everyone's bugs because they're so stylized. So, I guess that's fair. It's kind of messed up not to include him just because he's like so
Not a real
congealed with
bug.
things. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like,
he's
oh,
a kind
well.
of beetle. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
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 I don't know if this is two of the same species, but Pipstruelo
Right.
is a beetle,
Yeah.
which most people don't
Mm-hmm.
know.
I thought it was a
Which
mouse.
apparently.
Yeah, it's so not. I've had this discussion with the developer when I was playing it at like
Actually,
one
we
of
know
our
it's a
preview
bat.
things.
It's a bat.
It's not a bat.
Bat?
It's a beetle.
What?
The developer looked
Really?
me in the eyes and was like, "What animal do you think this is?" And I said,
Okay, so
"Mouse and beetle or mouse and bat and all of these other things." Just like, no, it's a beetle.
That's wild.
it's
I mean, okay,
I'm-
if you're telling
hold
me
on.
this and I'm looking at the key art, I guess I can make it out and see it. But everything else about the design, aside from that, I would absolutely say mouse. Like,
I'm literally running back into the Min-Max Show
Everything
archives to
you've
yell at
ever
the
heard.
comments
beetles
because
don't have the little like on the cheeks like they do.
It's-
No.
I thought it was a beetle because like of the like the top part like I thought that was like the clippy part, and then everyone in the comments said it's a bat because Pipistrello translates to bat
Oh, that's weird.
in like
What?
Italian. So it's
'Cause-
like, are you sure the developer wasn't just trolling? you
Just
about
trolling
it?
me? It's possible. But
I asked the
I came
assistant.
out of there like, I cannot believe what you just told me. I'm trying to read. Like, does it say at any point what this creature is? Because it's fucking beetle as far as I'm aware.
That's so funny. Yeah, this whole time I've thought this was a mouse.
It also does look like a mouse. So
I
wait,
have
so
been
sorry,
wrong.
you're saying what is it, Jill? Like the developer said, what is it?
It said it was a beetle.
A beetle. Okay.
Again, I can.
Do you have that in an article anywhere that I can throw at people?
I would
'Cause
literally, I probably have it as a write up for like a preview or something.
Yeah, because what the hell?
Anyway,
Okay. Sorry, this was like if you haven't like been in the Pipistrello mines, you don't understand how like upsetting this like amalgamation of an animal is.
Right.
Okay. He's definitely an animal, and we can all agree with that.
we
Just
can
throw 'em
all
in here.
agree on that.
That's fine.
My
We'll just
life
throw it
has
in
been
there.
so changed.
No, I'm literally like genuinely
shook.
I'm running to the
Shook.
comments to be like,
Absolutely
all of you
shook.
guys shamed the fuck out of me for saying that this was a beetle, but it was. That's crazy.
So
And then I felt
funny.
dumb, like I didn't do my research or something. I was like, damn, okay, my bad. Like anyway,
Well, who said that you were dumb because it was a beetle? Because it is a beetle.
it was implied. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, like, yeah, I didn't play that far in it, so I wasn't that into it. And then it's like, oh, you don't even know it's a bat. I'm like, well, it doesn't look like a bat. And guess what? It's not a bat. So
Guess
anyway,
what?
This is, you guys don't need to see this side of us. All right. So bat.
I'm gonna need to write to.
Bat.
We're gonna need to write to the developer to follow up on this very important detail of our
Yeah.
lives because I am
But wait,
100%.
A bat's though like not an invertebrate.
No, but it's a beetle.
Oh shit! Right, sorry. Literally, we need to move on. I can't
We need to
live
move
here
on. We
anymore.
can't have this. Don't look at us.
That's why every game should at some point be like, this is the animal that I'm playing as. 'Cause
Yeah.
at least Silksong had the gall to be like, hey, you're half spider, right? Remember? And I'm like, oh, I guess you're a spider. I didn't know that. Anyway, I have no more invertebrates. If that
yeah.
was it.
Yeah, same.
I think mammals is going to be a much broader topic for all of us. So let's shoot for that, and I think we're going to have a lot of species to fight in. So, can we all just agree the number one mammal game is going to be Tunic with the fox?
Tunic
I
was
agree
on my
that
list.
it is a game. It was on my list as well. I don't know if it's number one, but
We can.
it's a
we
good
can
game.
I'm showing
Put
up.
it, like,
That's
in
the only
our
reason I'm going to the
short
zoo.
list.
I'm going for the fox.
Yeah,
and
that was
Tunic.
in your defense. It was the first one I thought of.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, the fox from Tunic.
fox from Tunic.
I got the rodent zone. I have squeak cross, maze mice, and winter burrow representing the rodents. Does anyone else have a rat for the pack to throw on there?
I have just a
The-
small. Well, rodents, a small saga.
I was just gonna
Oh,
say
okay.
that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, same brain.
I'm trying to remember what it was last year. It came out really early. Let me see if I can.
I don't think I'm familiar with rodents. A small saga.
Small saga is
Oh, this looks good.
homage back to turn-based RPGs back,
it's
you
very
know,
cool.
in the SNES kind of era. Really beautiful pixel art, very fun and dark story. Like the beginning is like a Pixar movie where it's just like something horrible happens and then you kind of go on your adventure. So it's great.
Nice.
You don't play as the rodent, but I do want to give a shout out to Rat Shaker over here.
That's right. Ooh.
Yeah, it's kind of a throw gun situation
yeah,
where
yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, it's a
oh,
throw
you're
gun
holding
situation.
the.
Yeah.
This is actually like almost passable to me because
Okay.
you are like I don't think it's fully passable. Don't get carried away. But it's right there because you mostly see the rat. Like how throw gun, you mostly see the gun, and
Yeah.
they're both named after like it's called throw gun. It's called rat shaker. What's going on here? You just shake rat at things?
At
What's happening here? I
things?
feel like I'm not
Hey,
touch
shaking
Shaking
parent
rats,
games.
you know,
Mike.
there's shaking rats. There's something going on, you know, going through
Is-
these halls, finding some stuff.
Is it making things better or worse?
Who's to say? You'll have to play it on
Who's
Steam
to
today.
say?
Kind of net
Who's to
neutral,
say?
yeah.
You
Right.
can't tell.
Better for you, worse for the rat.
I want to shout out Tales of Iron. Tales of Iron
Nice.
2 is the one that came out last year, which I was thinking of.
What's the style of that one again? I know that name, but I always forget.
And let me show it. I will share my screen. There it goes. It is this very lovely hand-drawn style here, and you play as a little. I think you are actually a rat. The ratdom. And there's a snake that you fight, and an owl that you're friends with, but those aren't the protagonists. So,
That's cool. It's tails spelled like a rat's
like
tail.
a rat's tail. Yeah.
For people that are trying to look it up later. Cool. Do you have any more rats or rodents or whatever?
Like I know that
Bad-
we're missing
bad
some.
cheese.
Bad cheese is good. Yeah, bad cheese is
Bad
good.
cheese.
It's got a little bit of that mouse PI kind of look
Yeah.
to it, but it's like bad Disney sort of. It's an experience. I played it on stream for a little bit. It's scary. It's a bit scary is not exactly the right word, but
Unsettling?
It's unsettling. It's unsettling. Yeah.
Yeah. Psychological
Oh,
horror.
I found
Okay,
one
cool.
more. This was near the lower end of my Steam library. This was 2018, back in the day. But Ghost of a Tale, action RPG kind of stealth game where you play
Yeah.
a mouse.
Okay.
Really beautiful, like Redwall-esque sort of
I hate-
imagery.
I hate that
That
you
was a
said
fun
back
one.
in the day, 2018.
I know. I'm sorry.
It was
I
so
hate
long
myself
ago,
a little
though.
I
bit
know.
too.
I mean, that was 8 years ago, right?
It sure
Yeah, long
was.
time.
I hate that.
That was a
I
long
hate that
time
now.
ago. Yeah, so that is old, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that does feel like a while ago too. Like I remember playing that game what feels like a million years ago, and the stealth combat was like surprisingly good in that. For other mammals, wait, right now I'm like,
Wait, hold on. Do we have to pick one of these rodents?
I feel like not
Let 'em all in.
yet,
They're
right? Like
small.
should we
Yeah,
just do
yeah,
them at
let's
the
just
end?
like list and then pick our favorites at the end. Yeah.
Okay. We can do that.
Okay, yeah. Okay, lamb from Cult of the Lamb.
From
Yes,
Cult of
yes.
Lamb. 100%. I don't
Lamb.
think there's another lamb that could possibly take it.
I would also like to throw Goat from Cult of the Lamb in there. The player 2.
I would like to argue for the goat category, Goat Sim.
Okay. I abide by your
Goat.
objection.
Sustained. I see someone's put something on here. I'm like, oh no, I know there are going to be a lot of those, and I need to think which ones are the cutest. But I'm looking at Capybara from Capybara
Yeah,
Spa.
that was me.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's other Capybara games. But this is the only one that like came. Like again, I just kind of went through my Steam library. I should have checked my other platforms because I don't play all my indies on Steam, just a lot of them. And this was the only Capybara game I had. Though I guess on a technical level, maybe this won't count because you technically don't play as the capybaras. You play as God. You know, like you're in a third person omniscient view of like it's a sim where you're taking care of these capybaras in a spa, but you're playing as like God hand, not the capybaras. So I'll put a
capybaras.
question mark on that because that's a little dicey.
I want to
That
shout
might not, it's
out.
kind of a Frogun rat shaker situation.
I want to shout out extremely powerful capybaras
Yeah.
as perhaps a capybara entry.
Nice.
And I'm
Yeah, I
thinking
throw
about.
What's going on there? They're like buff or what's happening here?
Oh, they're fighting.
They got weaponry.
They got.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brave the chaos solo or with up to 3 of your friends in local and online multiplayer. Forge your path through the hordes of enemies. Gather powering weapons and skills, and embrace your inner capybara in this action-packed bullet heaven frenzy.
I would like to throw a horse into the mix.
Please do for our friends
Yes.
over at the main quest. Sponsored
Now-
by.
Bear with me.
Yeah.
Bit of a stretch, but you
Okay.
do control this animal at various points of the game. The titular pony of Pony Island.
Ooh. Okay.
Mike, why are you always cheating for your submissions? Like,
I'm sorry.
add
I
a
see
question
a horse
mark?
on screen, and I control the horse. It counts.
my question
Okay,
mark
hold on.
remains.
We'll let this. Let's see. Can I look for
Shout out main quest.
Here's the main quest here. If the main quest has Pony Island on it, I will allow it.
Main quest absolutely does not have Pony Island on there.
Steam Animal Fest.
On the bright side, I can't speak to their quality because I haven't played them, but I found in doing this, there's a game called Hidden Capybaras with Orange in the Whimsical Library, and it's a hidden
cute.
game, and there's capybaras, and they all have oranges. Is this like a thing? Do they like to eat oranges?
Yeah, they
They have
always
it on
like
their
draw them
head.
with the head.
It's like it's a
orange.
thing they put it on their head. I don't know why.
Yeah, so that's dope, and this is a separate studio. It's by Whimsical Universe, and I
Oh,
believe
dang
this
it.
is separate from the people that make There's like a team that makes like Hidden Cats, and it's like Hidden Cats like at Christmas Town, Hidden Cats in Paris.
yeah.
This
Yeah.
is a separate team, so it's just like y'all can make all the hidden. I'm gonna keep finding the wish you hiding in those pictures.
You are the
Yeah.
target audience.
Yeah, I love these games, these kinds of games. So $1.99.
Same.
We're at
That
that.
cart's great. Instant buy.
We're adding that to cart, but the cart's getting thick. I'm gonna lie to you.
100%.
Also, thanks to No Stupid Questions subreddit, I put in someone already asked, why do capybaras have an orange on their head often?
Oh, thank you so much.
So they often are soak in hot springs in the wintertime especially, and people will put in fruit into the baths. And so oftentimes people will place it for like photo ops, but like in theory, it's like as if they rose off out of the spring and the fruits on their head. But most of the time it's placed.
Okay, it is
That's
placed.
horrible. Also, I'm
They're
sorry,
so
I have
cute.
to go.
They're
I have to go
adorable.
back to rodents because I forgot that just came out. Was Wanderling. Look how cute this little guy is.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, that
that's
is
right.
cute.
I
What's
think
It's hot
the
off the press.
a roguelike platformer
It's
about
really,
exploration?
really
Okay.
interesting. You are like kind of the clock is ticking down to like night, and you have to be done before that.
Yeah, you talked about this
It's-
on a number of episodes ago.
I did.
Did you
And
like review it?
I haven't. No, because I tried to reach out behind the
Wait,
scenes. I tried to reach out.
sorry,
But-
I didn't mean to trigger you. I was just asking. I was just you know what I mean?
but
It's
they
like
be out.
You're on,
But they be
you're
out
on the
now,
edge.
and I'm gonna try to play it on stream. I hope to check this out. But
Yeah, and
I
this
want to put
just
that
came
on
out.
our list. That like
Yeah.
literally Monday.
Yeah, I remember you covering this. Maybe it was an X Fest thing. Maybe it was like something else.
I think it was PAX West because it was at the Seattle Indie Expo.
Nice. Yeah, this looks cool. Okay.
Yeah, just throwing it
While
on there.
we're kind of hovering between mouse and mammal,
Hovering between mouse and mammal is my new
in the realm
rock
between,
band.
yeah, it's my favorite Chiodo song.
Yeah.
Who's this man?
Oh.
What is this man?
Ah,
A
the
cat?
islets guy.
I always assumed
I thought
a
it was a cat.
cat.
I think it's a
Yeah,
cat.
cat.
I think
But-
so.
I feel I
My-
just skipped cats because cat in a zoo. What's going on?
Okay.
Dog in a zoo.
Well,
Same deal.
my argument against cat,
Okay,
like
here we go.
clearly, Crypt
Or
Custodian is
mouse.
a cat,
Crypt Custodian
Yeah.
is clearly a cat.
like definitively a cat.
A cat. And it says a mischievous cat. So very clear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
argue eyelets could also be a mouse, but it's
Ooh.
Like
it's
a mole,
one of the two.
a mole rat.
A mole mouse creature? Can we get
I don't know
another
if it's a
angle
mole
on it?
rat.
I mean, yeah, that's looking rodent-y.
I'm trying to dig through the press kit to see if they
Same.
ever
Ever
describe.
mention?
Usually they describe like what the thing is.
That
Make friends with a wide cast of charming characters. And who would you say I am?
Yeah, they mentioned you have a frog that you're
Species-wise.
meeting, but they don't say what you are. For anyone
We
who
didn't
hasn't
know that
played
this
it,
was
it is
gonna
a
be the
good
episode.
Metroidvania.
yeah.
Yeah. How is it on the Getting Lost vibe?
Oh, his name is Snoot. I love it.
Like in terms of like
Oh.
how much do you find yourself
Yeah.
wandering? I
It's
would
great.
say it's pretty like it's good in the sense that you feel like there's a lot to explore, but I don't feel like I ever felt super lost in that game.
Yeah, I think
This is also in my Steam library, thanks to my Steam family member, Isaiah.
I think no joke. This is like one of my favorite Metroidvanias of the past like decade.
Okay, yeah. I'll have to check that out. He's something though, right? Yeah, he's
I mean, he's definitely something.
He's definitely
He's
something. An animal. I'm definitely going rodent here.
he's not like
got
us, as Kendrick Lamar would say. Yeah, he looks like a rodent.
What's
Can we get a confirmation? from
I
Kyle
was
Thompson
digging
here?
for the like the developer or something, but they don't like the studio has a page. I don't think the developer is doing anything.
because
you know?
that's
Well,
but look
Deller,
at
this is a bird.
the thing on the
Well-Dweller
right
a
is
bird.
definitely like a rodent, though, right?
Yeah, because of the nose, yeah. God, I can't wait for a well dweller. Yeah.
What if it's like a gerbil?
Oh,
I don't think they're on Blue Sky,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately.
Kyle? Yeah, I don't think I forgot.
The Islet guy, and then when I look it up, they're like, I don't know what you're even asking
know.
me.
Yeah, what is happening here?
right.
But
Also, shout
I
out to
do
Shoot-
want to make an argument for
Well,
cats.
he's probably not going to
so-
win as
Like-
a result of it.
Do we not put cats in our zoo because they're not a typical animal, but they are really typical indie animals? So are they in an indie zoo?
If there's a goose in the zoo and a gooby in the zoo, I'll allow a cat.
Allow a cat.
I hope not, because I didn't collect any cats, because I assumed we wouldn't be putting cats or dogs.
I put Night in the Woods as my number one
in the
cat.
woods, little kitty, stray.
So, little May.
Yeah, I guess.
That's tough because I feel like goose
It's
makes
the most
sense, 'cause
iconic
again,
one.
it's like petting again because
Yeah,
like
I
when you
think
go
the
to
pet-
the zoo, the petting zoo part of the zoo always has like a goose or a chicken or turkey,
Thank
like
you.
the random
What zoos are
animal.
you going to?
Llamas.
Yeah, they have like farm animals. Like you can pet a goat at a petting zoo.
Yeah,
Man, you
exactly.
fucking West Coasters.
Okay, wait, hold on. I have a picture of me recently with a goat, and I'm gonna send it to y'all, and then you have to accept my argument.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
A
I
goat,
no,
yes.
I'm with you.
I wasn't
And
at a
so-
zoo at the time,
Look
but I
at
was at a
this.
petting zoo. They brought it to the event.
And so, like at a zoo, we wouldn't see a cat.
Yeah.
I love cats, I love dogs, but if we're making a zoo, we wouldn't have a cat unless it was like a big cat,
Unless
like
it
a
was
lion,
Yeah, like a
tiger.
lion or something. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
I always
bear
make an
or-
argument, just one like yard house cat, like one farmhouse cat just strolling around, making sure things are in check. He comes and goes as they please.
Oh, yeah. As like a little, he's got like a little name tag as if he was an employee.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
cat you see in like Costco or something.
Yeah.
Wait, why is there a
Like a
cat in the
bodega
cat?
cat.
though?
Or like a Home Depot cat. Yeah.
Like
A bodega cat's way different
Like
than
Jeremy from the pet store in New York,
There you go.
the manager.
Okay.
Y'all know
I
about
guess we could
Jeremy?
have like a
Yeah, I know.
we
it
could
is.
have a
That's our
bodega
manager
cat
right
at the
there.
zoo. The zoo bodega
Well, a bodega
cat.
cat. Look, May does not have the fortitude to be a bodega cat. If we're being honest.
Yeah, that is
That
very
is
true.
correct.
May's
That is
getting
100%
fired
correct.
3 days into that job
Yeah.
at best. So
Little kitty, big city cat, I think, has the energy to be a bodega
I do
cat.
like that one.
yeah.
And the sass.
Just
Okay. How do we
Okay,
feel?
yeah. I'm gonna send you guys this picture of me at the zoo.
Yeah.
Give me a
It's
second. Well, it's a
Jeremy.
petting zoo specifically.
Oh. Speaking of cats, she heard her name.
Yay.
There's Jeremy.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that cats are employed for sure. They're not,
No. He runs the store.
He runs the store.
He's the manager.
Yeah.
and being a manager is part of you're employed as a manager.
No, like he's the proprietor.
I guess it's the boss employee. I mean, I don't know. At the point, I guess you want to have one cat in there. I
Yeah.
suppose.
We're
but
just we're slipping in little kitty big city cat. I'm down for that.
I'm cool with that.
I begrudgingly am cool with it because Jenny's cool with it. I sent you guys the picture of me with the goats.
That's very important.
Now, ignore the fact that I am the only adult that cares about the animals. Everyone else is just happy with their children, but I think y'all are missing out.
Okay, we do
Now,
have.
if I
What?
may,
We need to go to a
If you
petting
may.
zoo
If
together,
you may.
y'all. That's so
yes,
cute.
Yeah.
Oh
the
my
Indian
gosh.
farmers, or Indie Council goes to a zoo.
Jen,
Yeah, there
look
I
at
am.
that.
It's
Look
the
at
video
that.
version.
what's
Perfect.
on the head? What's his headband?
What's going on here?
Yeah, so I'm at the LA Galaxy every year puts on like an event for their season ticket holders. Shout out, boom, that's me. Probably not for much longer because that's expensive. And they brought a petting zoo to the thing, and then on my head is like, it's the LA Galaxy, so I have a headband that has our mascot is this guy named Cosmo. Super scary looking dude. He's like meant to be just like the cosmos of space. Looks horrifying.
Oh my
if I was
gosh.
a kid,
Perfect.
If I was a kid, I would have cried immediately seeing this
That's
thing.
so existential.
He looks really scary. So my headband is like, Disney style. They have like his little heads on the headband. So yeah. And then there were goats there. They also had guinea pigs there, which is a little bit of a normie animal for a petting zoo, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
allowed it because I love them. Tube-shaped friends.
They're so
Are we
cute.
missing guinea pigs in this? But I guess they're too pet story to.
There,
Be in
I didn't
Yeah.
really
In
count
the
them,
zoo,
but they'd
maybe.
be in rodents, I suppose.
Yeah, they would be with the rodents.
Yeah. Can we get a little larger scale for our mammals here? I see that someone has put Neva, which
that
I
was me.
enjoy a great deal. That's a good.
Which, but do you control
Neva the
both,
wolf?
right? Like
You control both.
you
yeah.
control the human and the
and the wolf?
yeah.
at
Is
some
is
point,
Neva
yeah.
the wolf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because again, I wouldn't put a dog, but that thing is like ginormous, so I feel like that's
Yeah.
different.
Are we thinking about any other?
Bear and breakfast. You
Ooh.
control
Oh.
the bear.
Yeah, the bear.
That's a
is
zoo
great.
classic.
Yeah,
Classic
the bear
zoo.
is good. Could we put the was it a wolf you were with in Never Alone? Was that an Arctic wolf that you were with? You were like the
It was
kid.
the Arctic fox, I think.
The fox, okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, But that's a
I'll
similar
put there
situation
just
where
to-
you play both characters at different points in the game. So
It's gonna get killed by the tunic fox anyway, but I'll put him in there.
yeah,
They're two different
Relevant.
species. Two different species. Arctic fox
Re-
and foxes. Different things. They're not just different
Just-
colors. They are totally different things.
Just like crabs and hermit crabs.
Just like
different
crabs and
species.
normal freaking crabs.
Relevant to what we're going to talk about in a little bit. If we want just a nice friendly mascot in there, Winnie the Pooh from Winnie's Hole.
No, no, I hate it.
oh
No.
my
The
god,
bear?
I hate no.
it's
The
technically
thing
a
about
bear.
well, I'm gonna save
Technically a bear, but I hate
it
it.
for when you talk about Winnie's Hole because it's like I feel like isn't the game like totally different? Anyway, whatever. We're getting to Winnie's Hole later.
No.
oh,
Oh, freezing.
Jill, this is what the job requires. Okay, can you toughen up?
Dang.
Do I have any other? No, all my mammals are teeny tiny except for Neva.
The sloth from Driftwood. Are y'all familiar with
Ooh.
Driftwood?
my
I
god.
am
be
blanking
denied.
on Driftwood
Yeah.
a little bit.
Denied Ollie Toad and Skatebird.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
This is right. This is a sloth that is on a longboard.
Yeah.
I remember him now, actually. Yes, he can be
Oh
there.
yeah, 100%.
He is allowed.
A
Mike's
sloth
first
named Eddie.
real submission.
Yay! It happened.
It only took an hour. You get one animal into the zoo. He's really tearing it up over there.
Yeah, I'm down.
Great game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sloth
That's a
is
good one.
another animal that should be getting more
More love.
More love.
Let's bring sloths back.
Sorry, I just googled mammals list and then I see if I can conjure any more games.
Uh
Leica, is that a coyote?
oh, it is a coyote. Yeah, like it's a coyote. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just
Oh,
looked at
Age Through
Frog
Blood.
Lake.
Okay, I got you.
The crew from Sunshine Shuffle. If you want to just
Oh,
shove
all
them in
of
the
them.
basement
Yeah,
where
there's
they're
a lot of
gambling.
them. But you yourself are playing as a human, I think.
Really?
I think, yeah, because you're not part of the crew. You're like a detective or something.
Interesting.
I really want to throw Kabuto Park in here because of the bus.
Oh, so you're the
but
only
not.
human playing with all these animals?
I think you're a human. Or maybe I just never see my hands, so I don't know.
Are you? Do you play as the llama in Mr. Saito?
Oh, no, you don't. You're not the llama, right?
Technically, no, but in well, you do spend a lot of gameplay as the llama, so I feel like if we've counted other games where you've had like gameplay
Okay,
switches, I think
Okay.
that would count.
I like that.
What Llamatopia is another game I think with a llama.
Is that the weird?
It's like 3D, sort of like you are a llama making life better for other llamas. is that out? Or Llamalandia? Llamatopia? Llamalandia? I think it's Llamalandia.
Llamalandia.
Llama.
I see it. I see it on Steam.
Okay, yes.
It's a cozy adventure game with town building elements, and it's to be announced. So we are not currently
it's not out yet. It's just
But
the
I'm adding it to my
demo.
wish list, though. 100%.
Yeah, really cool team. Very sweet folks. But yeah, not out. Dang it.
I'm sending you guys more pictures from the zoo for like info and also
That's
for,
what this is right now.
and also for evidence of like what could be in a petting zoo,
Yeah.
you know?
Just going back to rodents real quick. Just doesn't have to be in the zoo, but just a friendly visitor. Just maybe stashing some stuff around in the zoo. Pop in, pop out. Squirrel with a gun.
Squirrel with a gun. Love it.
Oh my god.
Running
Why-
around on the.
So we,
Needs to hang.
why
low
are
for
there
a
guns
bit.
at the zoo? So this is an American zoo, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why we need Frog
100%.
Detective.
Squirrel. That's true.
That's why we need so many detectives at our zoo. Okay, y'all. Let's transfer over. We've got some mammals here. Reptiles was really, really hard for me. One, because I kept thinking of amphibians when I was thinking of reptiles.
Fuck, was I doing the same
Little
thing? What's a
gator
turtle?
game.
Little
Yeah,
Gator
I was
Game
gonna-
was my only
Little Gator Game.
only real thought here. So I need y'all to have more
Science
thoughts
question.
for me. Yep.
Is a gator a reptile?
Yeah.
I believe
Yeah?
so.
It's
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
A turtle's a reptile too, no?
A turtle.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
it's the
so-
water thing, you know.
Because they
Okay,
don't
so I got-
metamorphosize or whatever.
It's not squishy.
They're not
Okay,
squishy.
They're not
They
squishy.
lay eggs.
So for turtles, I got
Okay.
the other half of Windswept. There's a turtle and a duck, and then TMNT's Tactical Takedown. Even though they're
Oh.
very human, so
Those
them
are
in the zoo
still
feels kind of
technically
illegal.
turtles.
Yes,
But
they're teenage turtles. So
Hey, they can help Prop Detective out.
I'm sorry. Did you just make a sentence? Or
They could help Frog Detective
I
out.
heard you.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been clearer.
sorry. Oh, that was on me. I want to shout
No,
out
it was
Goodbye
kind of giving
Volcano
Bob-
High.
It was giving Babam a little bit.
I was afraid we
Yeah.
might have had a seizure situation going on. And we gotta save Mike right
Because they're
now.
dinosaurs, I guess.
Because they be dinosaurs. Goodbye Volcano
Okay.
High. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say this is introducing like a moral conundrum of like when the animals are really human, would they be in a zoo? You know what I mean? I'm kind of getting a
Right.
little uncomfy.
Maybe we just build a lounge for the humanoid animals.
Maybe,
to kinda
you know
hang out
what?
with.
There's like the zoo, and then there's like a. But then I don't know. Then we're like putting them in a caste system. I don't like that. Maybe the bar is called the Indie Zoo, and all the animals go there
Yeah.
instead,
Yeah,
and they hang
this
out
can be
together.
whatever we want. Yeah.
They can hang out, and we don't instead of we pay to like go stare at them. That seems kind of like, yeah, okay. Because I'm like,
If
these
I
are just
may-
kids.
If we may go back to inverter base also, of course, a
Yeah.
giant gap that was missed. Frog Detective and TMNT, they got the larger scale things on lock, but we need somebody to protect the little guys.
Okay.
Right? We need, and there's only one man up for the job.
Fly Night.
Fly Night.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
his name Fly Knight, or is
Oh,
he
yeah.
just Knight?
You just fly.
He's all of us. You can
Yeah.
name him whatever you want.
He could be
Yeah,
whatever.
Fly Night.
Yeah.
He's
That's
a man
a
of
good-
You
people.
really loved this guy. Like, you talk
I
about him
love
all
this
the
man.
time.
You did a Halloween costume.
Genuinely
That's-
one of my
yeah.
favorite games of last year.
Yeah.
That's your boyfriend. Anyway.
I would look at that snoot. I'd smooch that snoot.
Yeah. I've seen more smooshable snoots, I think.
We'll save that for our Valentine's Day episodes on
Yeah. Top 10
Um,
snoots you want to smooch?
what are we missing for reptiles? Reptile list.
I think we talked about
Images.
snake when we were up in the
Yeah, and I found that
amphibian
non-indie
category,
snake.
but I think it's really a
I have to put him
reptile.
away.
Because the only other game I can really think of is like Later Gator, but that's also an alligator, and I
yeah.
think Lil Gator is obviously the dominating alligator in this category.
Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
just write him down.
Bomb Rush Cyberpunk developed by Team Reptile. Just throw the devs in there.
Okay. Yeah. No, that makes.
Now you're just being bad.
I think that's what we're gonna get. So y'all, this looks like our
Ooh.
zoo.
I have one additional one. Such a depressing game, but Badger in Shelter. You play a mama badger with your
Okay.
baby badgers.
I want to point out that whoever is writing has
Relax.
just put Badger in reptile.
Okay, let me work a little bit here. Okay, so that's where we're on. That's a mammal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100% is a Badger.
And if we want just one imposter in here, Gex.
Gex
Not an indie.
is an amphibian,
Just-
but
Oh, I was like, wait, is
Whatever.
Gex an indie?
No.
Oh
Ge-
no, okay. It's like, wait, what?
So
Nice.
what's our goal now? How do you want to do this?
like I know we need to highlight. I love that we've highlighted Frog Detective as our frog, so we need to like have final count. What does our zoo look like? So for amphibians, we definitely have Frog Detective, axolotl, shark, and fish. Are we feeling good about that?
It's a great zoo.
sure.
Frog from Frog Detective, axolotl from Axolotl Together, shark from Maneater, fish from I Am Fish. In the bird category, we're going to the aviary. It's going to be a really cool setup here. I can imagine this being like a really cool nightclub, like verticality involved. So our birds are various songbirds, skatebird, goose from Entitled Goose Game, general birds, short hike, flock, windswept. Duck Detective is actually just a duck. So we can do, um,
Oh yeah, there can be a duck section. Yeah, you're right. I'll work
yeah,
on that. Don't worry,
uh,
I'm moving him.
There
gen.
could be a crow section also because we got
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we got a crow.
Death's Door.
So I think we only have to decide between, like a bird, bird that you would see,
Decide
normal
bird.
bird, is the scientific, is either going to be short hike, flock. No, windswept is also a duck, so I don't have
Yeah,
to
it's
worry about
both.
that one.
It's a you have a duck and you also have a turtle for reptiles, so you could put
I
them
think-
in either category. You
I
can't split
think
them up.
Claire has to be the winner here, right?
I
For
agree with
the
Claire.
For just bird.
a short hike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. If we're going like, well, are we going most iconic or best game?
I think
I
we
think it's
can
the wins
really
either way,
argue
but-
either way, yeah.
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 Kiwi bird from Kiwi. Crow is Death's Door.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. I don't know if anybody wants to make the just crow things argument. Doesn't sound
Nah, Death's Door is like
Death's Door is
stupidly
good.
good. It can
Yeah.
beat most
Yeah.
games. Like in general, it's really fun.
We've got Chicken from Chicken Police. We've got Penguins from Bread and Fred. We've got Duck Detective for our duck. Invertebrates, Octopus, Octodad, Hermit Crab, Another Crab's Treasure, Dung Beetle, represented by Yoku's Island Express, various bugs.
From Bug Fables: The Everlasting Spring.
Yeah, is that also... No, okay, that was Beetle. So just bugs is going to be Bug Fables, Everlasting Spring. Goo. Do we want the goo to be expressed by Goobies or World of Goo?
If I'll
Goobies.
I'll do a little bit
Goobies.
of clarification. Goob for Goobies and then World of Goo.
Oh, okay,
How
okay.
about that?
So we can keep both.
Okay,
the
sure.
goob, the goob,
And
and
they
the
also
goo.
have names. We could name these gentlemen by name.
We could.
We don't have to.
Our
It's
spider?
like Inky Binky or something, right? On the Goobies. What's the
There's
first one
Gaia.
named?
Man, hold on. Keep going. I have to,
Wacky
like,
Inflatable
just
Tooth
pause
Man?
I have to pause the trailer.
I think the spiders between Spider Heck and Webbed. I will go with Webbed on this.
Oh wait, we should also have Hornet.
We do.
Yeah, but it's like in a separate spot though.
Because it's not a spider. Well, okay.
Yeah, she's a
half-
spider.
Half. So it's its own weird species.
You
It's
know,
like
whenever
like a
you're
mule.
half, they always want to say, really
It's like
count, and I
a
feel
mule
like
and
this
a
is
donkey are
messed
two
up,
different
Jill.
things, Janet.
This
Mule
is
and donkey are
messed
two different
up.
things.
Wow, jeez, and you'll be there to remind me every step of the way, Jill. This is fucking nuts. Okay, wait. So what are we keeping then? Hornet though is like her own thing
Yeah. Let it be.
because she's half.
She's
Messed up.
There
Two
is
spider for
precedent
the
in
whatevers
the world
and
of there's precedent in the world of animals that you mix them together, they're their own thing. A liger is not a tiger or a lion. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. But more importantly, there's Bingus
Oh.
Bongus,
Bingus Bungus,
Yeah.
classic.
Hooky Woozy. Is that what that says? Is that a
Whoosy
K?
Woozy? Whoosy Woozy?
Woozy? Spinky Winky,
Spinky Winky. Yep.
Wiggle Woggle,
Perfect.
and Dizzy Wizzy.
Dizzy Wizzy. Everybody's number one favorite.
So it's Bingus Bongus, I think, is the right choice here for the zoo.
Okay.
The
Bingus
technical
Bungus.
term.
Yep.
Yeah.
My favorite Teletubbies.
We're nothing if not technical on this episode of our zoo.
A scientific episode.
Just a overall beetle for the night on Hollow Knight. Oh no,
So which beetle wins then?
which beetle wins? I think because we don't know if
gotta
Pipistrello
be the
really is a
knight.
beetle. I think it's got to be Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
a fly from Fly Knight. Those are our invertebrates. That's going to be a fun section. Mammals include the fox from Tunic.
What did you say? So Arctic fox is the other
Arctic fox is never alone.
one? Okay.
Rodent. This is where we had a huge list that we have to figure out. So our rodent, we could split up into mouse, rat, gerbil, whatever, but
Then I gotta learn what those are.
Then we got to
Yeah.
figure out. That's already
Listen,
a
we're an
problem.
hour and a half into this. We're good.
I'm
Squeak
cool with
General
Squeak
rate.
Cross.
I think
Is-
Squeak Cross.
Yeah, Squeak Cross.
I kind of like that, yeah. Though I do really want to know what Islets is, if it really
Yeah.
is. And Wonderland
I want to say
is
the
really
mole. I'm getting mole vibes.
Moles
Yeah.
don't have ears like that, though.
No?
Don't do they?
Oh.
He's
Actually,
just a
don't
little
know.
good.
guy.
They don't usually have ears, yeah.
Oh, it's definitely not a mole.
Like, because moles
was
are
just
basically
saying.
potatoes, right?
Oh gosh, yeah.
it's
Unless
not a
they're
mole
the
rat
like
either.
the kind of mole that has like the star nose, which is really creepy looking.
Mm-hmm.
Very important. As far let's see. So rodent goes to Squeak Cross. The lamb goes for Cult of the Lamb. Is the goat going for Goat Sim or Cult of the Lamb as well?
I would go for Goat Sim.
Goat
Yeah,
Sim.
same.
Okay. Capybara. Do we like a spa or extremely powerful capybara?
I'm down for
I
spa.
don't think I ever played extremely
relaxing.
powerful capybara.
It's
I
would
do
prefer
kind
it.
of like the spa for the vibes, actually.
Yeah,
just
the
the vibes.
vibes are pretty nice in the spa. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh, if we could make an entire like capybara enclosure with just like spas, you could all go. You get to go to the spa and the capybaras come to you. I'm down.
They're really
so
cute.
nice.
This is gonna be
They're
a
on
great
land and
zoo.
water.
Neva is a wolf. Pony is Pony Island. Bear from Bear and Breakfast. Sloth from Driftwood. Coyote from Leica Aged Through Blood. A squirrel runs around with a gun. And there's a badger somewhere. The one game from Mike. And reptiles come down. Our gator is Little Gator Game. Turtles are either Windswept or TMNT Tactical Takedown. How do we feel?
There's more turtles in TMNT, but I
Yeah.
I tendally like Windswept more. But I actually like TMNT Takedown a good amount.
Yeah. I
We
thought it
could
was
relegate
perfect.
the turtles to the security team. It's okay. They
Yeah,
don't have
let's
to
go
be in the zoo. They could just
TMNT.
Yeah,
just be in the back
TMNT,
for
let's do
security.
it. Because we have detectives. Now we need enforcers, you know,
Yeah.
for the things that go down. And then, of course, dinosaurs from Goodbye Volcano High. And that is our zoo, everybody. I think we did really well. Congratulations. We're opening up soon. Buy your
And
tickets.
closing sooner.
Yeah.
I was surprised in making this, like, you know, individually and then obviously it's coming together, how this really added clarity to like which animals dominate the space. The rodents are really having a moment.
Yeah.
Rodents really have had, because they're really,
And birds were bigger than I thought, than I remembered them
birds
being.
are big. Even though we didn't find a big bird, but we could probably find one if we wanted to.
You could make a argument for Pearl.
Could make an argument for Pearl.
we
But
won't.
instead, we're gonna go to games we've been playing, everybody. It's been a wild time for indies in January. Is everybody doing okay? Because
No.
we've got a lot of games going on.
Yeah, my stuff's old.
I have
I'm
a
just like,
backlog of things I need to get to. I have so
I've
many
got
codes.
backlog and front log. I don't know if that's a
Mhm.
word, but
Yeah.
I want to shout out something that Mike and I have because it's one of my favorite games of the year already. And I'm surprised that Mike put it on his list. So this is Mio Memories in
surprised?
Orbit. Well, because you're always like, I don't have time for that. And this is a kind of long game, Mike.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's good as
Do I
heck.
have time to finish it? I don't know. Got time to
So
play a couple
Mio
hours,
is a Metroidvania, really amazingly hand-drawn experience where you're in a kind of spaceship, like ecosystem sort of spaceship, and you are playing as a sort of robotic, anthropomorphized creature. I am so in love with this game, and for a couple of reasons. You can go up and check out my review up at theindianformer.com, but basically it does a lot of really cool, because it's also got like a Souls-like element to it, but it does really, really cool stuff in innovating in that space, but it's sort of like iterative innovating. So it's not revolutionary, but there are things like throughout levels, just for like exploration, because I'm an exploration girly, I know several of us on the team are. What I really love is they allow for that kind of blind, I don't know where I'm going exploration, but it's to do that, you go through and you're like going through the level and whatever. But when you stop at what's essentially the bonfire of this game, the map gets filled out so that you can go back and look and see like, oh, there was a whole thing over here I didn't see, or there's a thing over here I didn't go and check out, or there's some sort of item here that I didn't even know about. So you get the best of both worlds, being able to like completely explore and not have that spoiled for you, but also then if you were going back to that area, you don't have to be like, oh, I forgot. How do I get back to this one place with the thing with this guy? So it's a really, really cool and creative way to deal with what's essentially kind of like a fog of war experience. It's got really fun mechanics to get through. Like the momentum and weight of your character is just perfectly balanced. Like there are moments when you're like skating through ice and you're just like it's so much fun to go through the world and to have like eventually you get the ability to kind of like swing up to things with what's essentially a hook shot. The other really big things that I like are kind of in the assist mode areas. So there's one assist mode option that has the boss get weaker every time you fight it.
I had to turn that on.
It's
That's
so
cool.
good. It's so
It's
good.
great.
Because it meets you where you are and it doesn't feel like, oh, now it's just like I'm pushing a little bit of buttons and go through it, and it doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't cheapen the experience of the boss fight. You still have to like learn their strategies, learn what their attacks are, get into, how do I want to approach this? But it's also every time you go in, you don't feel like this is hopeless. I'm just going to bounce off because I'm never going to get this. It's like every time you go in, you're making it a little bit more likely, even if you go in and immediately get like speared in the face. You're like, okay, next time is going to be my time because they're going to be just a little bit easier to beat. And I absolutely, absolutely love that. I kind of wish it had been a part of the game itself because I think you could work that into the game lore of being like, when you sit down at a bonfire, it's kind of like this like circuitry, anamorphized circuitry thing. So it's like you're getting the direct experience of being connected to the circuitry, but not everyone else is. So that's why they're coming back in perfectly. Like I think that there's a really cool discussion to have there. So it's just, I think every single Souls game should have this element in it going forward. Like I'm so in love with that. What was the other thing that like? First of all, really love the story. They do a lot of like if you play Nine Souls, they do a lot of both the vibe and sort of they do also modifiers that you can plug into yourself sort of situation. So you have to increase your capacity for modifiers and you can change it up depending on what you're about to do. So if you need to be exploring and you need to have more energy to do that, you can focus on that kind of build. Or if you're going into a boss fight, you're like, okay, this is the time for damage, time for protection sort of situations. And the more that you explore, it rewards you because you're getting more of those and getting better options for things. And like the story is just really, really cool. I put way more hours into this than they said it was something like 20 hours to finish.
15,
And I put like
yeah.
43 before
Nice.
the end of it. So yeah. I don't how do you feel about this, Mike?
I am lower on it than most folks.
Oh, that's a shame. Tell me why.
Interesting.
The more I play it, the more I like it. I think the opening hours of this game are a little more obtuse than it should be. First off, the good. I think this is one of the most beautiful games I've played in a very long time, both on a visual standpoint and audio standpoint. The score, the soundscape, it's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
Wizardry what went into this game. Exploring is really cool. Like moment to moment gameplay, really cool. I really vibe with it. Uh, it's like a couple of like kind of nitpicky things that have compounded with one another that have kind of taken it down a notch for me. I I knew there was a dodge in this game just seeing in trailers and stuff. Looking into the controller settings, I saw that triangle was dodge. I'm playing on PlayStation. Triangle is dodge. You have to unlock dodge. That's something that's an unlockable thing later down the line. I hate that I had to fight four bosses in that very much could have used the dodge mechanic to eventually get a dodge. Hate that. And I was having such a bad time with the bosses. I think the bosses also are just like sponges and aren't really that interesting. I was just like, again, without a dodge, it was just very annoying to like try to slowly jump out of the way and get cheap shots and just bash my head against the wall, going over and over again with bosses. Um, it took me a while for the quote unquote souls mechanic to click, where like you could essentially like crystallize the things that you are collecting in order to save them upon death. Took me a while to figure that out, but eventually when I did figure that out, literally before recording the podcast, I started having a better time in that sense.
Yeah,
Um,
that's another cool thing that I meant to mention in the like innovative
yeah,
iterations of
that is
like
cool.
when you lose a soul in a Souls game, it's just gone. But there are
Well, you
things
get
throughout the
so
level.
my caveat here, I wish if you drop them in Mio, I wish you had the chance to get them back. They're just fucking gone.
They're just gone. Yeah.
I don't like that.
But it's like being able to crystallize them, and they put it usually before like a boss or a big fight or something. Um, it basically just makes them a consumable item for later, so you can hang on to them for when
Yeah.
you need them, which is
And
cool.
that's another critique about like the opening hours of this game, that those basins, not no basins are the thing you heal yourself with. The
Hmm.
crystallizing things, they feel very few and far between for the opening hours of the game,
Yeah.
where
You
I
don't
just
find
kept
one until,
burning stuff.
well, part of it is like you have to explore this game to like
Totally.
find things. So it's really easy to miss like the basins that you're talking about,
Yeah.
which heal people. Like it would be really easy to like go through an entire level and not find one, and then realize like, oh, it's behind this thing that I didn't check out.
Yeah. Also, again, a lot of nitpicky stuff. Like, granted, like the more I'm playing it, the more I'm enjoying it. I do like the game so far. I'm like 4 hours or so into it. There's a very interesting mod system where you have like a set amount of points that you could put in a mod. Let's say a mod costs like the mod to make your third hit of a combo
Yeah.
more powerful. That costs like 20 points. So you have like that you spend 20 of your 30 points when you start out with to get that mod installed. I really hate that UI elements are tied to that. I
Yeah.
understand why, but like I feel like that's a choice, and I hate that like that feels like such an easy assist menu thing of like just tick it on and like don't let that be a part of my skill points. And there was another thing that like really irked me. I do think that again very much encourages exploration. I think this game could do a little bit better signposting, and not like holding hands, but like similar to like I think Silksong does a great like signposting pathing element to their exploration. I think something like Ori does like a fantastic job about signposting and like kind of nudging you in the right direction. After I beat the second boss, I think I just ended up at a locked door. I didn't know where the hell I was going. I eventually died. I ended up back at the bonfire, and a door that was still showing up on my map as locked suddenly was unlocked and I was able to go in it. Like I feel like there should have been like a little bit of like a shine or something on that door of like, hey, you could go here now. But like thankfully I just stumbled upon it
Okay.
and
Okay.
suddenly it was fine. And there were certain mechanics like you could hit a purple flower and you get like an extra jump. It doesn't teach you that. I accidentally stumbled upon that because my thumb slipped and I like hit a flower. I jumped. I was like, oh shit, I could get an extra jump because of this, which helped me further my progression in the game. Little things like that. I feel like
I feel
it
like
could go a long way.
at some
Of
point they do. I think the
after you get an unlockable of when you hit the flower, you get an extra hook shot.
yeah.
But before that, it does not tell you.
Interesting.
which is annoying. So again, like little nitpicky things that definitely made my first few hours not super enjoyable. That said, though, I do
Yeah.
really enjoy it. The exploration is really fun. Like the momentum that you were talking about is really fun.
Have
Now
you
that things
met
are like
Mel?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
The
Because
shopkeeper.
once you start unlocking a
Oh
lot,
yeah,
like the 10 points is not, yeah. Like I get what you're saying in the very, very beginning. It's very,
yeah. In
very
the first
limited.
opening hours,
Yeah, yeah,
it's not a good time.
yeah.
Yeah. But the more I play it, the more I'm enjoying it. I don't know if I'll see it through to the end. Like I've put on my list also, I finally played the demo for Lucid. Like I think Lucid does this style of game so much fucking better, and so all I can really think about at the moment.
Lucid's gonna be
So,
good, yeah.
so yeah, we'll see if I see it through. But happy that folks are really digging it. Again, it's gorgeous and like exploration is fun. But yeah, I don't know if I got 20 hours into me of this.
I believe in you. But I really think I really want Janet to check it out because I think this is gonna be a
Yeah,
Janet
I'm
game.
I'm interested in it. I'm less interested hearing that it's Soulsy. I didn't realize how Soulsy it was. I just knew this is like a Metroidvania.
It's not Soulsy in the sense of like I think Silk Song is more Soulsy than this.
Okay, so that's nice.
Yeah.
And then it's like I'm hyped on the like some people are saying it's really good. I am wary that I will just follow in Mike's footsteps of the same kind of complaints, but I'm optimistic in that my early hours with Silk Song were also like not my favorite, and then I ended up really liking that game. So yeah, I'll definitely give it a try, and I'll just kind
Yeah.
of go in being like, my takeaway from hearing y'all talk about it is if you want to give it like a really good try, you will have to kind of put the hours in just to like see what's beyond some of Mike's frustrations, even though like again, that's not to say those aren't like valid complaints or that you need to put that time in, but like now I've mentally prepared to take my time before like deciding where I'm gonna land on it, given what you described. But
I would
yeah.
also heavily recommend putting on that assist mode where the boss weakens every time you give it a shot. I was bash mad against the wall against the second boss again because my frustrations of like there were clear examples where a dodge would have came in such handy there. Instead, I was trying to jump out of the way and I kept getting hit,
Like
cheaply hit.
it's so funny, but the difference between me and Mike is that I got that dodge and I never used it. I was like,
I'm using
it was the
constantly.
See,
one
that's
thing
the kind
I
of thing
turned
that would
off.
trigger
Yeah.
me, Jill. Like hearing you say that.
I turned it off because there were a couple of modifications that if you disadvantage yourself, you get extra
Yeah, which is cool.
modification slots. And that's one of them of like the dodge timing becomes so like more precise, but you get like 15 more spaces. And I was like, I always had that on because I'm like,
And again, like I know
You're
I
built
sound
different,
very down
Jill.
on
I'm
it.
scared of you.
I sound very down on it after, I got through the first 4 bosses and now it's like everything's starting to click into place with me. I really like it. I really like it. And I suspect I'll like it even more the more I play it, but
do it.
it's kind of where I'm at.
I love it. Speaking of things we love, Janet is the theme is I'm about to go to sleep positively.
Yeah, I have a new night routine. You know, we're still at the time recording the show. It's still January, which means it's still time to grasp on to being better than you were the year before. You know, it's like resolution season, and I've been really working on getting my sleep in a better state. My sleep was already pretty good, but just like going to bed early for real this time. You know, waking up early, going to the gym, blah blah. A thing I've added to my nightly routine. We've talked about this before on the show, with me and Jenny specifically talking about like games you play to relax or before you go to sleep, and how big Power Wash Simulator was with that. I'm back in a kind of trifecta. I think I'm really zeroing in on Tiny Lands. My sleep trifecta is Tiny Lands, Power Wash Simulator, and Cats Organized Neatly.
Oh, yeah.
To be very brief with each and then kind of delve a little deeper. Tiny Lands is a spot the difference game. There's also, I believe Tiny Lands 2 came out last year. I'm trying to Google that. And that has built-in multiplayer, I think, which I do want to check that out at some point. Yeah, it came out last year in November. Spot the difference game, really beautiful. Check it out if you like that kind of game. I think people would enjoy it. Power Wash Simulator, you know it, you love it, you're power washing. Cats Organized Neatly, I've spoken about this game before as well. It is, you are given like a little grid, and then you have a series of different shaped cats, and you need to organize those cats into a grid. similar to like any, there's physical puzzle games that exist like this. So you take the pieces and you put them in the slots. But it's cool. The cats are all funky shapes. The art is very charming. I think they meow when you click on them. Really nice stuff there. They're working on Cats Organized Neatly too. And I believe the studio has a game called, I forgot if they have Dogs Organized Neatly or if I hallucinated that existed. They do have a Dogs Organized Neatly. So if you like that kind of thing, another good spot to be at. I'm zeroing in on Tiny Lands, I think, because I can complete that fairly easily. And I can also just do like 1 to 2 vignettes like a night. Power Wash Simulator is like, I'll play Tiny Land. It's like a sick pregame. Like I'll pregame sleep with Tiny Lands. And then right before I actually go to sleep, that's when you hear that good water sound of the Power Wash Simulator. Power Wash Simulator, I'm playing wildly slowly. How slowly? I've been playing this game on and off for months. I'm on the first objective.
Oh no!
Still, because I just wash a little bit, and then I go to sleep. And then I go to sleep. Like I did the van, like they have like a tutorial van you clean, and then they have like a backyard, and like I barely finished. There's like a groat moat thing in there. I don't know. It's like I don't know what people have that have yards. I didn't grow up having yard space. What are you gonna do? Whatever these rich people have, right? The suburbs.
I'm just imagining me in someone's backyard. Hello, I'm a groat.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like a grout. I don't know. It's like a little divot. I don't know what it's for. Maybe like water for like birds come there. I don't know. I don't live there. I just work there. Okay, I'm here to wash, to hopefully make enough money to feed my family. All right. So yeah, I'm playing that super slowly. And that's been really cool. So that's what I'm doing to relax. And I think I forget if we alluded to it at the top. Everything's so like fucked up in the world. It's a very stressful time. Obviously, like, go out, do things, call people, post things, get educated. But I also think this is a time where people try to get into like good, healthy routines and also like learn how to, manage stress and anxiety and things. And I have really been zoning in or zeroing in on these games that are just relaxing. So for that reason, Cats Organized Neatly is kind of the bottom of the pile. It's a really nice game, but you do have to think more than you do in like Tiny Lands and Power Wash Simulator. So I think that might be more of a Cats Organized Neatly might move up to like a morning coffee kind of vibe of like alongside Squeak Cross, that kind of thing. And then my other game that I've been playing, which is debatably indie, it's Popucom. I checked with y'all and y'all were like, I think this is indie.
Yeah, well,
but like I tried Googling it. I know they have, I believe they are independently owned, but they do have private investment. I don't know if you don't think it's indie, like don't listen to me. Talk about it now. But it's
close your ears quickly.
Yeah, like I had a hard time finding their situation, and then it's also like a sub studio within it. Like this might not be an indie game, so asterisk there. I really tried looking it up and I couldn't really find a clear answer. But Popucom was recommended to me by Patrick Klepek and Chia over at Remap. It is a co-op mandatory, like a 2-player campaign game. There's also a multiplayer mode for like mini games. And it is really, really rad. It is, on its face, it looks like the art style kind of evokes Splatoon, and you do like shoot bubble. It kind of like looks like bootleg Splatoon in a quick glance, but it's not. It does have a similar art style, and I'll admit that, but like it is so different and so much more than that. It is sort of, you're going from like level to level, and the shtick is it's environmental like puzzle solving with like a little bit of a platformer light shooter wrapping to it. So you're just like solving different puzzles together, and you have to do a lot of things at the same time. So it's kind of in that vein of like Haze Lights games, and other like kind of cooperative campaign experiences. When I first started playing it, I was a little underwhelmed by it. It just wasn't really like lighting my world on fire, and the movement of the characters is quite slow. Like the walking speed is kind of slow. So I'm like, I don't know. I like the ideas, but I wasn't having like fun with it yet. I just kind of liked the ideas being presented. After a few levels, you get all of your like 4 abilities. You have kind of like different backpack tools you can use, almost like Astrobot style. And once you get those and you see those, that's when I think you can like fully assess the game or kind of see what the game has to offer. Because that's when I started to get really impressed by what I was doing, and I felt really engaged. It has this really cool mechanic too, where it's like these little like colored bubbles, and each player has like 2 colors at a time, and you can like do different things with them. So you might have like a yellow laser, and only the character that has like the yellow and can put up the yellow shield can shield that laser, and the other one stands behind. You might, you can only stand on platforms that are your color. So it's like okay, one's pink, one's green, you go side by side. Okay, but now there's just the pink ones. Okay, so the person with the pink color holds up their shield above their head because the other person can stand on that, and then it gets more and more complicated in that way, in ways that are like really cool and fun and really challenging. And the combat is really cool because it's also color matched. So like the enemies are color coded. So it's like only like the pink player can like hit the pink enemies. And it makes the boss battles really fun because they kind of they're like made of these little bubbles. And as they pop, like you can take like their leg out and then they're just like crawling around in like a really creepy way. So Mike, that's the part for you where like the creep bubble man kind of spidering towards you. Like it's a very like colorful, like cartoony, cute looking game, but genuinely ew. Like I was grossed out by that part of the game.
Genuinely
in a way that was really cool and like novel. And they also do that great thing of having like little collectible challenges on the side. It just seems like it's, again, the beginning was a little like underwhelming, but as I went, it's like, wow, this is really becoming a cool co-op experience to get to have. So I'll definitely be playing through that slowly with Isaiah and hopefully finishing it. And again, if it's not an indie game, you ain't hear this from me. You know what I mean?
All of this was cut.
Exactly. So my bad again. Tried to look that up. But yeah, that's what I've been getting into. And then just a nod to finally wrote an article on my website, Pen2Pixels, about Dogpile, a game that I really loved a lot. So if you want to read about my thoughts on it, which writing is always so much more eloquent than what we can say here because you have the power of editing. So yeah, if you want to check out just what I think makes that game special, why it works for me, what I think differentiates it in the roguelike space, check out that article. But that's what I've been playing, all old stuff. Oops, all 2025 and before.
Mike, and I think Jenny also, unfortunately. There's a game on here
Unfortunately.
that there's a game on here that I know you are in love with, but I never want to see in my entire life. So if you could talk about Winnie's Hole for me, I would appreciate it.
Oh, me or Jenny?
I'll let
Mike.
you wrote it down, Mike, but I can add
That's
to it because I have been playing it as well.
I think Jenny's the one that's more in love with it, which is wild.
Yeah.
I think well, I love
mechanically,
the
yes. Mechanically, you vibes me.
Yeah.
Mechanically, I think I'm too dumb for this game. It is a weird mix
All right,
of
I'm
like, yeah.
Oh
It
no.
is it's an interesting mix of turn-based deck building combat with a bit of like Tetris in there. There's like some Darkest Dungeon-y kind of vibes. It's very intense. There's first, I guess, the name Winnie's Hole. This is one of the amalgamations that came out of or abominations that came out of the Winnie the Pooh license entering public domain.
Yep.
You play as the titular Winnie the Pooh. He has some sort of disease taking over his body. He grows a lot of arms. He grows a lot of holes, and all of his friends are just trying to stop him and make sure he's okay. But when he ain't about it, the beast inside of him is just killing folks, just taking out all these little woodland creatures. Jenny, please feel free to interrupt if I'm doing a horrible job explaining this.
I think what's really cool to me about it, again, this is like the game that I think people will be like, what the hell, you like this? And it's like, so I actually quite enjoy body horror, and this is like a full body horror kind of game. What's neat is you play this virus, and like there are a couple different like sort of setups that you go through or systems that you go through as you play. So the first is like you, as the virus, have the Tetris thing that Mike was talking about, and you're actually going through like Winnie's gut, capturing different cells. Yeah, you're like in the intestines, and so you're like capturing parts of Winnie's body to both essentially strengthen yourself and like get your own effects and buffs and essentially grow different things and modify the body for your survival. And then it switches to like this, I guess, more Darkest Dungeon, Slay the Spire feeling like overview where you're walking along and then you go into an encounter with your friends from, I'm assuming, the Thousand Acre Woods. And usually there will be some mini dialogue of them like being in horror and reacting to your transformation. And Winnie is kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like Winnie's kind of like an unwilling host,
He's a host.
in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you are pushing Winnie to fight his friends and kill them, which is dark and brutal and horrible. Narratively, there are some interesting themes, like because you have some animals who are like, wait, we're friends, we want to help you, and then you fight them, and then some of them are straight up like, nope, you're a monster now, we're just gonna go for it and kill you. So like, in as much as I've played, which was only the demo, there was a lot of like interesting community dynamics that I found just
Yeah,
fascinating as an additional layer on top. But I thought this was really cool. I am very bad at builds. Like,
same.
I don't have the brain for builds, and like I can practice it. And I think this is a game, if you practice it and you just got familiar with the builds, it probably will be very, very fun. I think I'll probably dabble in this a little bit more because for me, the Tetris sort of
The Tetris
conquering,
battle mechanics are really cool.
that was
So like,
cool. Yeah.
if you're watching on video, I'm sharing a screen of the battle phase, we'll call it. In Winnie's little brain, you have a there's blocks with different various like little traits and attacks and actions you take. Each phase you are placing one of these Tetris blocks in Winnie's brain. Whatever the Tetris block covers, let's say there's this row of 4 Tetramino, if you want to call it that. That row of 4, if I place it down this bottom row, I will use these bottom actions towards my enemies. So it could be like attack, hit twice, maybe there's a shield, whatever. But whatever I don't use doesn't count towards the combat. It is very dense. It takes a lot to get used to. That said, there's been multiple times where I'm like, maybe I just want to go for a little run real quick and give it a shot. I don't really necessarily like Jenny. I'm bad at builds. I don't necessarily 100% know what I'm doing. I'm just throwing whatever at the wall and hoping for the best. But it's fun. It's very interesting. It's a weird blend of genre and mechanics that I didn't think anybody would have the fortitude to make in this kind of body horror game. But yeah, it's cool. And yeah, the character stuff is really interesting. Like the first boss, I don't know if you got to it in the demo, Jenny, or if it is in the demo, but
Don't
first
know.
boss
Yeah.
is the owl. And like the
Yes.
owl very much at first is like, hey Winnie, it's me, your friend, what's going on? And like Winnie's like trying to
That's
fight,
so
but like
sad.
the
It's a
virus is
dark
like controlling the
game.
body. Yeah, it's very dark. Like when he's just like totally like losing his mind in dialogue while like the virus is attacking, and then suddenly the owl's like fuck this and just like snaps, and all of a sudden like his art style changes where he's like this wild looking creature and becomes this really intense boss fight. Really, really interesting. Like I want to keep playing and for the character dynamics and to see like what other twists they take on like Tigger and Rue, and like is Christopher Robin the last
I'm
boss?
so
I don't
terrified.
know. It's really
I have a
interesting.
question for especially
Sure.
for y'all. Y'all are the perfect people to ask this because you're both like in marketing and also played this game, which there's only dozens of you that exist. So like I'm very excited.
Small Venn
Do you
diagram.
think like this having the title Winnie's Hole, that's like very, and the art style is very like horror leaning, you know, it's leaning into that aspect of the game very heavily. Do you think that generally like helps because like the name is so kind of scandalous and the art is very like, oh my God, like what? This is wild. Does that help for like the shock visibility, or do you think it hurts? Because I know for me, like when I've been getting, you know, PR about this for like a hot minute, Winnie's Hole, and then I finally kind of looked more at like what was the content of the email, and I'm like, oh, this game isn't anything like I thought it would be based on like the art and the name. So like, do you think that the name is helping get this like kind of interesting gameplay to more people, or do you think the name is hurting from this interesting gameplay reaching the people that would be interested in this kind of gameplay?
I
I-
go for it.
Oh, good. I was gonna say for me, I think it's like caveat as always. Marketing is subjective. These are opinions.
100%.
For me, I think the name is a detractor or harms it because like I ended up seeing this, I think somewhere on social media. I think maybe the team had posted it and I saw the team and I saw the gameplay before I saw the name, and that's what hooked me. I think if I had gotten an email with this name, I probably would have been like, nah, no thanks. To be
I
very
agree.
honest.
Especially with the nature of Steam and how little
Mhm.
how much there's a lot of bullshit out there that this game could be anything else given the name. Yeah, I definitely think it will scare folks away because it could be more, different holes we could be talking about.
Oh. So yeah. I still don't know if I'm gonna jump in because it just freaks me out in general. But
Yeah.
it
It definitely
is,
seems interesting. More
yeah,
It's very
like
interesting.
seeing like I think the gameplay is more interesting than the implication. You know what I mean? Like it's also kind of this is like their Bowser's inside story.
Exactly.
I wish they could have
yeah.
called it Winnie's inside story because I feel like that's more accurate to like
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
Because I
vibes.
think like the whole
The
hole
whole
that it's
referred to
referring
is it's an
to
extra mouth.
is a
on
mouth
the
thing.
Yeah.
stick.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so for me, I'm like, I guess yes, as Winnie progresses, he consumes using that mouth and gets bigger. But like the hole isn't the story for me. And so I agree, like even Winnie's inside story would have been more compelling and I think just more like approachable to people who are especially creators who are making sure that they're making relatively safe content that can be posted across platforms that are consistently getting more tenuous.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it didn't help. I don't think.
Yeah.
Thank you for your opinions and your insight.
yeah, very important. Go
I
check
have no
out
further questions.
if it sounds cool. Go check it out because it is out right now.
Yeah. Mechanically, one of the more interesting games I've played in a while. There's nothing else like this.
Mike, do you have time to stick around for a little bit, or
Kind of.
okay? We'll see if we can get through this. Jenny has a lot of demos on her list for games you've been
Yeah.
playing. What's going
And I
on with
can
what's going on with that, Jenny?
Yeah, just dabbling in a lot of things, getting ready. I have a lot of longer games that I'm playing that I can't speak to at the moment, but Bento Blocks is a demo I played that was very straightforward, very cute and quick. The concept is it's a puzzle game where you have oddly shaped pieces of like blocks of rice and ingredients, and you're trying to use the minimum number of cuts to get those ingredients into a bento or a bento box. Really fun. I think it kind of hits like if we're going through this is how does this rate in the sleep kind of sleepy game prep. This would be closer to a Cats Organized Neatly than like a Power Washer. What I love is that every level they tell you the minimum number of cuts you need to get essentially 3 stars or 3 coins to succeed. But if you use up more than the cuts that they recommend, you're not necessarily punished too harshly. You can still technically complete a level, you just get fewer coins. And the coins are used to progress to the next like chapter in the recipe book. And I think the fuller narrative is you're filling up a recipe book with these bento puzzles. Really cute.
Nice.
I love the little sound effect when your slice cuts into the cutting board and you can see like little grains of rice. And it's a lot of just trying to figure out how to cut things. And it's a very visual 3D kind of tactile puzzle, which I always love.
I saw your
So
TikTok on this, and I was like
yeah.
ravenous at the screen, like
Yeah.
looking at you play this.
It's so good. And it's so funny because like I will feel so dumb like for so long and then something will click and everything like the clouds part and I feel like the smartest person in the world and I know I'm just on level 1 of whatever this chapter book is, but like it feels very good. So if you like this kind of light bulb moments, this is definitely one to look for. I like how it gets more complex because they start you with just the rice and you just have to figure out the shapes. And eventually you get ingredients where you have to not only fit the shapes into the box, but the ingredients have to be in the right spot as well. So you're learning how to cut, like really thinking outside of the box in terms of how you're cutting these pieces and maximizing the slice that you get. Because oftentimes, like at least in the demo, I think the most you ever had to slice to get the 3 stars was maybe twice or 3 times. So it's really few moves, which is both frustrating but also I think exciting in terms of a challenge. So yeah, not super relaxing, but also still like mentally stimulating, but the vibe is relaxing. The other demo that I've been into, I still need to finish it, is Mindwave. This demo has been out for a while, and I have just had it on my backlog, and I did not get a chance to play it until recently. They had a super successful Kickstarter. The premise of this game is that you are plugging into, or you're trying to ascend a tower called the Mindscape Tower for a $10 million reward, and you do this by going up every level and battling with other people trying to do the same thing. But your battles are battles of your emotions, memories, feelings, and like things that you are holding in your brain. And the way it plays out is essentially like WarioWare, but highly maximalized. Like this is not a minimalist game, but it's a lot of micro mini games where you're like you have 2 seconds to finish a Tetris line, give smooches to a cat, like grab something really fast, button mash really fast. And so it's very WarioWare-esque in the micro mini game realm. And in between the levels of you going through these micro games, you get to go into the lobby and talk to folks and sort of learn about your other comrades who are trying to do the same thing and their reasons for going in and sort of what mental state they're at. I love it. I think it's like very, again, maximalist is the word. Like there is a ton of movement, a ton of colors, like pop-ups will come up during the mini games on some of the levels. So not only do you have to complete the mini games, you have to like look past these pop-ups. It feels very like of a younger generation. Honestly, I play this and I'm like, okay, I feel like this is for younger people than me, but I really appreciate this. And so I'm very excited for it. And the music slaps. It's really good. And then Titanium Court is the last demo that I've played. I went and double checked because I got a little nervous because the strategy, this is from fellow traveler and AP Thompson. And I was nervous because they have been giving these codes out to the demos to developers in discords, like one-on-one in like loose emails, but it's not publicly out. And it did say in the email that we're allowed to talk about it.
Okay, good.
So like I have the citation, I have my receipts if I
Right.
need to use them. Titanium Court is kind of an insane mashup of Match 3, Midsummer's Night Dream, Tower Defense, and narrative game. And I love every second of it. This honestly, for me, if I had to pick a early frontrunner for Balatro, like in terms of the energy it might have for people when it comes out and like how people are going to hang on to this could be a frontrunner for me. You are the queen of this court. You have to take your fairy court to war, and you do this through multiple phases. The first is a match 3 setup phase, where you try to position your court as best as you can with the hills, the water, and the enemies through making matches to gather resources and also move your enemies and yourself around. And then phase 2 is the battle phase, where you assign units and they go out and either gather resources or fight the other fairy courts that are your enemies. It sounds not as exciting as it is to play. Like it is so just addictive and fun, and because you have so many different phases of things you're doing, I felt constantly like my brain was going in all the right ways. And in between that, you have a little bit of narrative that you get about your role in the court and like what's going on and what you're trying to search for. But this game for me is just a very early front runner of I think we should all be keeping an eye on this one because it's so much fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you all have maybe played it already.
I just
Um,
read
haven't
you,
yet.
Mikey.
I
Okay.
have.
I
it was
just
waiting
requested
lists,
Mikey.
but
Nice.
this is one for everybody listening and watching. If it sounds somewhat familiar, Titanium Court was everywhere at GDC's
Mhm.
Indie Game Festival Awards.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it was kind of one of those things where it's like the buzz is coming from the awards and more people are starting to talk about it. So yeah, whenever this demo comes out publicly, like this should be something on your list to go check out.
Yeah. Really fun. I also like the color palette. It's just like very bubblegum
Yeah. Yeah.
feeling, and it's really
Also
nice.
love how they structure their Steam page, where it's also like a weird narrative puzzle
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Just instantly, I think one of the things that I love about games is when I go in and maybe I'm trying to create content or like record a let's play, something like that. If I can go into a game and immediately feel like I know I have a voice that I want the characters to be in, I have a tone, like it just, you can feel the personality and like voice of this game immediately. And that always is really exciting for me.
Love
I'll go through the next ones quickly so Mike can do his gas station story. Super indie game. It has under 10 reviews. If you all go play it, leave a review. This game is by the developer Enzy, We played it for Geeks and Grounds the month of January. I picked it because it's basically a life sim, but it is a life sim that does not put you in the ideal farm life that, you know, you're making yourself amazing and better. You're playing a gas station clerk in this like cyberpunk futuristic planet, and life really sucks. And in a lot of ways, it's
Let's
cathartic because
go.
it's kind of,
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of like what's happening now. When you play, the interactions are you're like working with a point of sale system that looks like a Game Boy. And it's really slow and sluggish. And the inciting incident for this game is you put an update, like for your Q Boy is what it's called. And this update starts making the Q Boy behave very strangely. The whole world has a update virus that it's being impacted by. So as you're working this week in this really mundane, boring, tedious job, you're also seeing and hearing from the customers about what's going on in the rest of the world. And it's a game that's like it's not very fun to play. Like they mimic the tedium really well. Some maybe sometimes too well, but I think it worked really for the story. And just it reminded me of when I worked retail and I would have regulars, and like these are the people I know. I can like ask how their days are, what's going outside, like you can tell me the real stuff. And they matched those customer interactions so well, and the story and the lore just really kept me intrigued the whole time. And it's only like a 5-hour game, so I would highly recommend it. Lots of discussion on like not overt, but like it implies like what do we mean? Like we should think about work-life balance. What do we mean about labor, and how we as humans are putting value to this type of labor, and like maybe unionizing would be good. Maybe doing something about our boss not being here would be good. Yeah, so really nice game. Super super small title. Especially if it goes on sale, I would say this is kind of a no-brainer pickup if you like narrative games. And then I am starting for the first time Kentucky Route Zero. I'm only on Act One, but I am really excited because this is one of those like indie
Pleasant, happy
greats.
game.
Yeah.
Also a pleasant.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm in
yeah.
the zone here with the
Yep.
sort of depressing games, but I'm excited because this is a game I think that's really relevant for our times. I feel like it was made over the span of a decade, and now playing it maybe almost like what, a decade, more than a decade now from the start of this game being made. I'm interested to see how it gets sort of interpreted in today's times. So I'll report back on that later.
Go check that out, everybody.
Yeah.
Very quickly through mine, I want to shout out Cult of the Lamb Woolhaven. I got through it. They said it was going to take like 14 hours, and I took like 30. So I was having a great time. One of the best parts of it is you get to start a little farm with your cute little yaks and llamas and various other animals that you can unlock. Um, I really, really loved the narrative here. I think that was the strongest pillar of this for me, and I think it might have been the strongest narrative of Cult of the Lamb in general. Because I think the base game is very like oh I'm the last lamb and I'm killing all these bosses and stuff, but I'm not really invested in this particular story. I'm very invested in who this new deity is and what they're causing, and it just gives me like that moment of going back to my village and seeing how perfectly I built everything. And I was just like, past me did an amazing job making this so efficient. It's like going back home. It's wild how you can forget how good a game is. And like Cult of the Lamb is, of course, like we all sort of intellectually know it's in the top indie games categories there, but going back you're just like, wow, I appreciate this so so much. This is such a good game, and being able to play more of it with more interactions and some quality of life things that I hadn't got to play around with yet. Absolutely love it. If you have not gone back to Cult of the Lamb recently, this is an excellent time to jump back in and play around with it. TR49, big hot hit coming out of Inkle. People need to go check this out. This is a kind of deductive game where, like, I'm not 100%, I haven't finished it. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on, but we've got a machine that's like Soviet era wartime sort of machine that is categorizing and cataloging different book titles for various reasons. You have like this kind of family drama at the spine of what's going on, but also there is some sort of like imperative life-changing reason to figure out what makes this machine tick and what's going on. It's a little spooky, it's a little mysterious, and so cool, the dynamics of all of the puzzles. Um, Technically, this is coming out like the day that this is like the embargo for talking about this is the day that this will come out. But Space Warlord Baby Trading Simulator, y'all, Strange Scaffold, so good every time. Please go check this out. This is such a fun experience. It sounds overwhelming because it's again one of those very long indie names, but you are basically you go in, you pick a baby, and they like look alien, so it's not too off-putting. And then they simulate how that baby's life is going to go as a sort of like grid that's going forward. And as it's going forward, you in real time are choosing to buy stock or sell stock in that baby's life. So if something bad happens, like, oh no, you got sucked into a tornado, your stock drops, you want to be buying. You want to be buying low, and then oh, he got a bumper crop this year, stock goes up, you're selling it. And you are trying desperately to hit some sort of criteria of the character you're currently playing as. You unlock characters as you go. The first character just wants to buy a boat. So you're trying to hit, I think it's like 16,000 or something to get that boat level. And then when you do, it's so silly. And it's always Strange Scaffold, always very good at making these ridiculous, outlandish sort of experiences, but putting in really smart, really good commentaries on life and what's going on right now. So if you want to go that route, that's how I like to deal with a lot of the bullshit that's happening in the world. This is a really good game for that. The Perfect Pencil is very cerebral, very like, this is a dream, but not in the like cozy, happy, fun way of a dream. It's like the kind of dream where you're like, you sort of know you're dreaming because it's so weird and disquieting, but it's not disquieting in a like Winnie's hole kind of way. It is just like this
The new
shouldn't be
bar.
happening. This is so weird. Very like metaphorical and like not in the world of reality sort of game, Metroidvania-ish sort of experience. I hate this place action kind of stealth game, which is cool. Really fun to see. Very comic book style I've talked about before. Perfect tied station to station. Very slice of life you're living as a teenager in college, going through normal college life. And I did actually jump into big hops, y'all. And I felt what you were saying. I was getting a little more interested in it when we got to the like Mario Odyssey sort of level of like, oh, now I'm twisting around. But yeah, those are the games I've been playing. I think that's everybody's list. So that's the end of this week's council. Thanks everyone for joining us. We're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. The Indie Council has its own socials. Check us out on Blue Sky at theindiecouncil.com. But this session is closed. Go play some indies.